I'd give you a discount for heroic deeds, but the madam, well,
No
you know.
strong cards, no gold
Radovid's
king.
not a whit better than
Can't be
Emir.
entering, shall we?
He might even be worse.
Do we not know the rules?
But I've coin aplenty.
Then I suggest you return with better cards.
Wanna dip your
and
dingle?
buy some more suitable attire.
Choo! Choo!
Yes?
Heard you play for high stakes here.
Firstly, we must have the proper effects. Let's have a look at our cards, shall we? Cards are in order, but can we afford the buy-in?
We can.
Well, let's have a name then, and we shall issue an entry ticket.
Geralt of Rivia.
Gerard of Rivia. The match will start soon, but the hoi polloi must first be driven out. We will please wait. Achoo!
It's funny, if this was MTG, I'd have a better chance of winning it. I know MTG pretty well.
Participants only. Everyone else out. Achoo! We are cordially invited to come back tomorrow.
Well, well. Geralt of Rivia. And I was beginning to think this tournament would be a dreadful bore. I'm afraid winning coin from peasants, thugs, and faux aristocrats is no great source of satisfaction for me.
We know each other.
Let's say we've some mutual acquaintances. I've heard many good things about you. In vivid detail.
Place like this, that's more a warning than a recommendation. What's your name?
Sasha.
Sasha what? Or maybe just skip right to telling me your real name.
Place like this, Sasha will need to suffice.
Come to the Passiflora often? Seem to know everyone.
I'm here from time to time. I cannot say all the faces are familiar, but that is Patrick Hazelnut. Never goes anywhere without those three.
Met a man once who traveled with 2 Zeracanian warrior women as bodyguards, but those 3...
Have other talents, clearly. The halfling's Bernard Tully, a farmer, claims to play for pleasure. But everyone wants to win, don't they? Best beware of that one. He's not particularly fond of others, outcasts, types like you. Ironic, since Phineas himself is a half-elf. And I'm certain you've heard of Count Tybalt. After all, he is the one who organized this tournament.
Actually, I haven't heard of him.
He's reputed to be fabulously wealthy. I can't say how true it is, but he was able to afford his title and the county that came with it.
All right. See you later, Sasha.
Try to chat up the other players before the tournament begins. We must all wait for Count Tybalt anyway.
Well, I hope that wasn't too arduous, Blackfile. And hello, everyone. Corrales, Hazardous Leander, upon a time. Sorry, what? You know what? No, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Apologies, but I must focus my thoughts before the match.
I can see that.
This will certainly serve me better than your conversation with Sasha has served you. I'd be wary of her.
I'd give you a discount for heroic deeds, but the madam, well, you know.
And hello, Mihawk. And Tizara. The Insane. That's your new title, by the way. Or maybe Tizara the Mad?
I'm new to this too. Took me ages to squirrel away the coin for the buy-in. Mushrooms are no quick route to riches.
You really a farmer?
Why not look it? Got a little farmstead just outside the city. Could sit there for days just watching things grow.
What's with the smell?
The smell? Anywho, mushrooms are all well and good, but one's got to get away at times. My lady, she was in tears. Said I'd get my throat slit in Novigrad. But I says to her, I says, Hortensia, what a chance. The best players, the rarest cards. She had to let me go.
Good luck to you.
Likewise. Now, that's the sporting spirit. Not like that half-elf over there who's been shooting me murderous glares this whole time.
Got a snake's tongue as well.
Hello, Magister. Let's go talk to the half-elves, shall we? Sorry.
What?
Playing tournaments often?
What are to you? Perhaps you'd wish to see my cards as well. Am I a hee-haw for you to fondle before you choose? Shall I wag my prick for you?
See your cards when we play.
You unlikely to advance that far, mutant.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our closed Gwent tournament. By closed, I mean more than the mere elite nature of the event. Anyone leaving the Passiflora before the end of play will be disqualified. That's rule number 1. Rules number 2, 3, and 4 are no fighting, dirty play, or magic tricks. We play for golden figurines. The winner will take them all, along with a monetary prize equal to 9 times the buy-in. Easy enough to calculate that 9 have entered. The tournament will consist of 3 rounds. The finalist emerging from said shall play me. Players will be paired by random draw. The groupings for the first round shall be read now.
Achoo! Phineas and Tim Knott. Patrick Hazelnut and Harold Featherbuns. Gervolt of Rivia and Bernard Tull.
How about that?
Bramble Frontenstock and Madam Sasha.
Excellent.
A pleasant match to you all.
What's the hurry?
Can I just say that there's always something that's quietly appealed to me about the concept of, let's call it what it is, the poker tournament. It probably helps that I've seen a lot of good stories over the years centered around the poker tournament. I could name 2 right off the top of my head. Maverick, the movie, which is an excellent movie in my opinion, and the entire card tournament section in Red Dead Redemption 2, which we went through as well. I've also always been very fond of poker. So, this whole thing just makes me kind of go, yeah, you know, I just dig into it. I don't really know how to describe it. It's one of those things for me. So I've always kind of enjoyed this quest of its own right. And of course, all of the good, you know, poker tournaments, they always have a mystery built in, too. Oh yeah, let's get in a save. Good point. Oh, as a quick aside, so the only way to get several of the leader cards is to win each of these matches. You don't actually, from what I understand, need to win these matches in order to progress. Through the quest, I mean. It's just, the further into the quest you win, the more rewards you get, including those rare cards I mentioned earlier. Casino Royale? Ah, Bond, right? You also notice how we got introduced to not all of the 9 people at the start, which is a fairly classic literary trope. So here's the 9 people, and we're going to talk about 4 of them. Hang on, it was 1, 2, 3... Sasha, the halfling, the Priss, and the jackass. Yeah, 4, I'm right. So they're going to introduce 4 of them to us, meaning the other 4 over here are basically just here as fodder, filler, in other words. Unless I missed one in that. Oh, as an aside, I also do tend to like this kind of thing even when it's a side thing. Star Trek The Next Generation, they like to do poker stuff. And there was also Ocean's 11 had several rather amusing poker scenes. Do poker games always have bluffing? Not necessarily. Bluffing... I know, right, Uthor? Bluffing, I could sit here and talk about bluffing for literally hours. It's a surprisingly nuanced thing. Because some people, I know, right upon a time, I actually really love Ocean's 11, by the way. Go ahead and make fun. Because there's a lot of flaws in that film, but I love that film. Bluffing is the kind of thing that there's an astonishing amount of nuance to it. Some people, and especially writers I've noticed, some people will seem to think that bluffing just means I don't have a good hand, but I'm going to pretend I have a good hand. That's like the most bare-level surface concept of bluffing. And it's also the type of bluffing that usually doesn't work most often. Bluffing's almost always, in an actual tournament or whatever, more about a long-term thing. Trying to ensure that over the course of the next 7 matches, you have bluffed your opponents into thinking a certain thing about your style and your play, and then when you're ready to go, then you go ahead and push out once you actually get the winning card, once you get the winning hand, that's when you're ready to push. It's all about setup and payoff. Now, it's funny, you're probably thinking, Lore, you know a lot about this. Well, yeah, but only book knowledge. I'm actually awful at bluffing. I have a form of bluffing, but as far as like the actual nuances of it, I mean, I could pay attention to other people, but I cannot bluff myself at all. One time I was having a friendly tournament, just chips, not real money, with a bunch of my friends, and I got a 3 of a pair in my initial hand. And so I pull up my hand, and I just started laughing. I couldn't resist. I just started laughing. And everyone else at the table was just like, fold, fold. And I'm like, come on, come on. Fine. Anybody who's seen me play tabletop on Thursdays with my friends, I can literally prove to you I'm bad at bluffing, because every time we play a bluffing game, I suck at it. I prefer Texas Hold'em, personally, Loner, if I had to have a choice. Although 5-card draw is a decent one, and 7-card stud, which is a form of Texas Hold'em, is also acceptable. Yeah, I know, right, Corrales? Alright, I got a winning hand. No! Yeah, the Secret Hitler. I was only able to bluff that one once. And even then, I got really lucky. The only reason I managed to make that work was because circumstances were very fortunate, and I was paired with someone who was an awful bluffer, and I basically redirected all attention to him. I've told you this guy's the story. It was Don, my good friend Don. I think he was a chancellor or something. He was a fascist, and I was Hitler. And he let out something really early, and I just redirected everyone's attention to him. And I actually won that round. And everyone's like, I can't believe it! You were Hitler! And I was looking at Don the whole time, and I'm like, what? But I didn't win a single other match that entire night, because we played Secret Hitler like 5 more times, and that was the only one I managed. I'm not a good liar. I know that sounds like a strange statement, but it's true.
Starting at last. A year down the road, I'll be plying Hortensia and my lads with tales of this night. Let's play!
Okay, so let's do it. Shut up, Huthor. Okay, Let's go ahead and redraw that and that. Wish me luck, because I'm playing for real. Wait, what? Double strength of all cards in line, limited to Born Perot. Okay, he's a horn character, got it. Give me a sec to think about this. It's been a while, like a legitimately long time since I've played this legit, so you gotta give me a minute to process. Let's do... Well, I know that much, Leander. So I'm kind of sitting here debating. See, what I want to do, tactically speaking, is I want to push him to burn as many of his cards early as I can without burning any of my cards early as I can. So basically what I'd kind of want to do, I wish I had any weaker cards in my hand because I want to play at least one more card to force him to pull up enough to be able to push back against me. And probably lose the first round, but that's okay because I will have then removed from his pool. I'm being told to play the spy. Sure, why not? I can accept that. What do we get? A decoy, and I didn't catch what else. Oh, I didn't know I could do that, Uthor. Yeah, let's do that. Absolutely. He just pulled his own 10 out. Well, we're going to go ahead and play Dijkstra, because that is a good move. I like that idea. We got a clear day. That would explain why decoys were in this deck. I was actually wondering that when I was looking at the deck construction. Like, why would you put decoys in this? That just sounds like bouncing to me in MTG terms. My leader power is cancel my opponent's leader ability. His ability is destroy your enemy's strongest siege unit if the combined strength of all his siege units is 10 or more. Say, in other words, something I'm going to hold on to for right now. Funnily enough, one of my siege units would make him capable of doing that. Yeah, I have 3 medics. That's why I'm just sitting here debating. I'm going to go in one more. See if we can push him a little bit harder. Because I still got a lot of strong... Oh, okay, so there you go. We're done. I didn't actually want to win the first round, but I'll take it. So, pass. So now I'm going to try and crush him like a bug. So let's just do something simple. Yeah, let's do him. And then I will take out my spy, or his spy, or whatever, and play him instantly. Draw 2. Ugh. A horn's not bad, I suppose. I'm going to save my other medic in case he puts a decent spy on my side. So I think we're going to go ahead and put out this spy. He's just a draw 2, so put out the other spy. Ooh, another decoy. Excellent. He put out Yennefer. What's she do? She's a medic. Dijkstra! What do you think? Should I do the Dijkstra decoy again? Kills the strongest cards on the battlefield. By the way, I still have Scorch in my hand for that guy. So yeah, let's go ahead and decoy Dijkstra again. We got another Scorch. Actually, looking at the field right now, I feel like I should go ahead and Scorch now. Any disagreements on that? Because I got 2. I could also do that. That's actually... Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Okay, yeah, we'll switch our strategy. I can't believe he's still playing. He's got 57 over there. And he's still coming at me. I have 0 on the field. What is he doing? Oh, he can't stop playing cards the way he loses. That's a weird rule. Well then. There's another medic. I think now's a good time for a Scorch. I mean, I got tons to win with next round. What do you think? Pass? Really? Why? What possible reason would I have to pass now? When I could Scorch one of his cards off. And force him to play again. I could also stall with a clear day, too. Yeah, that's exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Why don't we just go ahead and keep him dragging his cards out? Yeah, I have 3 medics. So... What do we got in our deck right now? There's the mysterious dude. I haven't heard a good reason for me not to do this. I'm going to just play Scorch. Now I'm going to play him. Pull out... That doesn't matter, I suppose. You, sure. Hey, Fog! He's got 6 cards left in his hand. I would really love to get that number even smaller. Let's go ahead and clear day of that. Yes, apply. Go. Very appropriate for this. You say to play Triss. I mean, she's my weakest character right now. And she doesn't have a thing like Yennefer does. Thank you very much, Tazara. As ever and always, much appreciated. Thank you. Do you know how you want to divvy that one up? Yeah, we're playing legit. Yeah, he's finally started playing real stuff. He's been forced to start playing real stuff. I think I will play the 6 card. I was actually eyeballing that idea anyways. It's not like I need the extra strength on my 1 siege card. So there's Philippa Eilhart. Yeah, no, he's just down to his good cards. I would really like to drag even more out of that. I really want to play that Scorch. Especially since Scorch kills the strongest cards in the battlefield, regardless of whose side it is. So... we're going to play that other Scorch. Nuke his catapults. Come on, keep playing. Siri. I honestly, actually, yeah, can't I just win at this point? Am I just missing it? Can't I just mill him here? To use the MTG term. Okay, he passed. Why did he pass? That's actually really confusing. I mean, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of sweep that here. So we'll start with some little guys. He's got... That's why we're starting with little guys. There's his other Scorch. Kind of figured he had those. He's playing an Nilfgaardian deck. Let's go ahead and play Yennefer. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring back... Honestly, just bring back a 10. Screw it. You, go. That one. Oh, I didn't know you could combo medics. Damn. Ah, whatever. Oh no, Frost. Actually, that does kind of nerf me a little bit. Hang on, I gotta really win. I gotta be one of those guys. We've got a super win, and then we'll play one of these. We'll play one of these guys here. And then we're going to play this here. And then we're going to play this here. Okay, I think we won. 102 versus 6. Yeah, I think we got him. I got an achievement for that. All in.
Congratulations. Bit of a shame being eliminated in the first round, but so it goes. It is only a game. Having a good time. That's what matters.
So, how did you fare in the first round?
Not bad. Guessing you won too.
I've the distinct impression my opponent was drunk. Had an altogether decent hand, but...
Might have had a hard time concentrating.
Care to finish this conversation in private? I have a proposition for you. Meet on the terrace upstairs.
What do you think, guys? Should we go and find out that she's a Nilfgaardian spy? Dun, dun, dun. Sure.
All right.
You guys know I'm pro Nilfgaardian, so I'm down with it. Well, you think I forgot Uthor? I even remember who the thief is. I'm not going to say that one out loud, though. So, is there a Dalaran? That's actually a good question. Is there a Dalaran equivalent in the Witcherverse? Uthor, you're probably one of the best equipped to answer that. Funnily enough, I was paying attention for it, Hazardous. A Dalaran in Witcher. A Dalaran equivalent in the Witcher setting.
Alone at last.
What did you want to talk about?
A cartload of coin. That's the grand prize, you know. I can't speak for you, but I'd prefer it didn't land in the wrong hands. And luck can be so undependable. Frankly, one should simply take the coin, subtly, you know, without bothering the others.
Well, in fairness, Dalaran isn't just a magocracy. Dalaran is also kind of a Switzerland, politically speaking. Like, until extremely recently, Dalaran stayed out of just about everything. The only times they really got involved was when it was an overwhelmingly evil threat, as in when they fought against the First Horde, the demonic horde, or when they were dragged into political internecines by their current leadership, like what happened with Miss Proudmoore. Otherwise, Dalaran stayed out of it. Dalaran is actually kind of a magical bank, yes, Hazardous. If you think of magic as in magic spells, magic services, and magic items to be a currency, then Dalaran in many ways does function as a bank for the political schemes of, political landscape of Azeroth.
As propositions go, this is not exactly what I was expecting. You don't seem like a...
Thief? True, it's not my day job. Which is why I could use some help.
Why tell me?
I'm a woman. I'm in need of that coin. And Geralt of Rivia would never abandon a woman in need. Or so I heard.
Who'd you hear it from?
Fringilla Vigo. She told me of your adventures in Beauclair. Apparently you're dependable. So long as the cause is just.
I mean, I've always wondered about this. Why does she need 9,000 crowns? That's a lot of money. No, Gum Gum. When I first started writing The Empire, I never even heard of Warhammer. In fact, The Empire might actually predate Warhammer. I'd have to look that up. Anyways, my point is that if this woman needed money to get out, which is, if I'm remembering correctly, the correct thing, you'd think 1,000 crowns would be enough, right? Because she had the entrance fee. Yeah, maybe it is to retire. Or maybe it's to just get really, really far away. And completely bow out of the business.
Fine. Let's say I help you.
I'll split the coin with you, of course.
Split? What if I win the tournament?
I shall have another proposition for you then.
What's the plan?
I shall tell you all when the time is right. For now, just stay alert. And if you are eliminated, stay till the tournament's end. It'll be worth your while, you'll see.
All sounds pretty mysterious, but fine.
Excellent. Now that's settled, let's rejoin the others.
Like I said, even if you lose the tournament, you don't actually fail the quest. Really, Upon a Time. Interesting. I actually was reading a guide recently that said make sure to save in between rounds, like I just did, for example.
You copper, look, you got a...
So why did the elves smash Thaned, or however you're supposed to say that?
Got a snake's tongue as well.
Fancy a fuck?
Oh, gotcha, Upon a Time.
Time for round 2. Your attention, please.
Madam Sasha and Gilbert of Revia.
Revia.
Phineas and Harold Featherbones.
We wish you a pleasant match. May fortune smile on you always.
Damn it, Siri. Damn it, Tazara. Okay, Warhammer 40k came out in 1987.
Lovely.
So, Warhammer 40k does in fact predate my own setting. But not by much. What, is she upstairs? She's upstairs, isn't she? Tazara!
Just a bit more and I'll drop this job.
Thank you, Tazara. Very much. Thank you for all 3 subs that you've just given. Much appreciated. Thank you. I even especially appreciate it since, as I'm sure you're aware, the increased amount of subs means I'm cycled more into the algorithms of Twitch's own internal marketing scheme. So, in short, the more subs I have, the more Twitch itself will pay attention to me. It's kind of similar to some of the things YouTube does, although in a different direction. So I'm not just thankful for the money, but for the additional exposure. Thank you again, sir. You better tell me what you want to put that towards.
Drop this job.
Or death.
I get no pleasure whatsoever from easy victories. So I should be very angry if you let me win.
Don't plan to. Curious about that other proposition, though.
So, yeah, same deck. More choice in all 3. Give me just a moment, and I'll write that down. You didn't believe me, by the way, did you? I told you I'd update the website. Let's redraw her, and redraw her again. I guess that does make sense, Huthor. That's actually a smart play on Nilfgaard's part. So this is a very messed up hand. What's she playing? Amir! I was actually just thinking exactly that, hazardous. So let's go ahead and do that. Even though it's not a great play, but it's what I got. Oh, that sucks. I can't do that, can I? Because he's immune to abilities. Yep. Damn. Okay. I mean, I did get her to waste her Geralt in round 1. It's just... that completely cancels out what I was going to do. I'm not even sure what I can do right now. Yeah, alright, whatever. Let's do it. Let's see what she does. She's gonna pass. What do you want to bet? Nope. She played Dandelion. Man, I have awful hand here. I can't even scorch his Geralt, because it doesn't work that way. I don't have anything I can bait her with. I could play the dragon, which will nuke her Dandelion, and leave her with just the Geralt. She still would win with just the Geralt, but that would be 15 against 7, so she might be more inclined to play another card at that point. God, I got an awful hand here. Alright, let's play the clear weather. We'll just stall. See what happens. It's a straight stall, and anyone would see that, but she's an AI, so... Nope, she didn't pass. She played a spy! Which spy is that? No, the spy, you moron. There we go. Yep, so we're gonna go ahead and decoy that sucker. And we're gonna play him next. Unless something else presents itself. So she played... she played another spy! See, I kind of wish I had wasted the other decoy. Earlier decoy. Well, I need those draws, so let's get some frickin' hands, shall we? What do we get? Oh, hello. The best spy in the game. Should we play him now? As I can't see any reason not to play him now. Why do they have limited terms at all? Gum Gum, like what's the reasoning? So we're gonna do that again. Now we're in business. Now we're doing better. She's still going. What is she doing? We're not cheating. There is no cheats involved here, other than... That's not true. That's not true. We used a cheat to build our deck. Because I don't know how many of those cards I already had legit. Well, term limits exist for a reason. But those reasons... Like, why do those reasons... What's your reason, basically? Because everyone has different reasons for term limits. So I'm most tempted to play yet another spy. My last spy at the moment, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that feels like the best option here. What do you guys think? Because there's a couple other things I could do to screw with them. Well, there's Triss. Was kind of hoping for another spy, honestly. Oh, he finally passed. He finally passed. So we'll go ahead and pass with our 12 cards versus her 7. Unfortunately, not the best hand in the world, but whatever. Yeah, go ahead, Huthor. I'm waiting for Huthor here, because Huthor wanted to link something. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pass here. I can't see anything else I would play right now. There's no benefit to playing anything at this point. My discard pile is a clear weather, and nothing else. Oh, okay. So where are we at? Oh, gosh. So there's Skellige, there's Temeria, Redania. There's the civilized lands. Where's Toussaint? There's Toussaint. I love how isolated Toussaint is. I also love how this is the world of The Witcher 3 when, I mean, this looks like the size of California. You know what I mean? Yeah, but what benefit is there in playing a unit hazardous? I know that sounds strange, but considering... Like, I guess I could nuke off more of her cards, but why bother at this point? I'm waiting for Hazardous to respond here, because I can't see any benefit to playing anything I got right now. Oh, I see what Hazardous is thinking. Well, there's only 2 cards I could play that I could res. 3, excuse me, cards I could play that I could res. But I was about to say, don't those spies go into my discard? So then I could res the spies? I'm actually not sure how that lines up. I'm not totally familiar with the rules. By the way, your paragraph got cut off, Lycon. Yeah, I'm just going to pass. I do not see a purpose in playing anything. That's an interesting rule, though. Resing a spy. I wish I had a decoy. Well, I have to do this. Whoop. No. 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 This freaking control scheme. There we go. Yes, go. God, this freaking control scheme. Man, I have all 3 horns in my hand. Good lord. Yep, she passed. I suppose I could see that, Lycon, in answer to your final point. I guess for me, I just don't buy it. The Force has always been very low tier in terms of what it could actually do. And the stuff we see happening in, like Rebels, for example, is so high tier, I can't even imagine it actually happening in the Star Wars universe at all. Just my take on it. Well, see, I could play Geralt and then win this round and just be done with it. Or I could play a Scorch and then a 10. Yeah, no, let's just go ahead and play Geralt. Let's just win this round. Yo, Geralt, go. Okay, so it's about trying to not stagnate opinion in government. That makes sense. So, we win. I agree, Loner. Of course, I also hate the mother and the daughter and all that story arc. So let's play... That's what I think it is, right? Yep, let's play a little guy here. See what he's going to do. She's going to do. Medic. And Yennefer. I want to try some. So we're going to play a Scourge. Which gets rid of that guy, who goes into my thing. Yeah, that's what I thought. She's got a lot of medics now. Well, this is the all-in round, so let's go ahead and start all-inning, shall we? And I'll go ahead and get him, I suppose. A decoy! Just what I wanted, and I mean that sincerely. So let's go ahead and decoy him. While that makes sense, Gum Gum, what that means in practice is that they should be cycling around their long-term philosophy so rapid-paced that, you know, they're not going to manage anything, basically. Well, that's an easy answer, Hazardous, because I'm an idiot. And I forgot that spies go on their time. That's literally all that was. I forgot how that worked. I mean, sure, why not? A 9, Jesus. I mean, I could just start bringing out the big boys and just really start smashing her and stop playing around at all. I agree, we should go ahead and get the horn out too. Very infantry heavy, aren't we? Could diversify just a little bit. Oh, she does have 20s out. I don't even see those. Yeah, let's go ahead and scorch those. Thank you for pointing that out. So that's going to hit my, yep, my 14. I can't think of any off the top of my head, Loner, sorry. I mean, we're still stomping her in the face, and she's only got 4 cards left. Again, we're going to keep diversifying for the moment. Just in case, on the off chance our last 4 cards are really doomy. So there's another Scorch. Yeah, kind of saw that coming. Let's go ahead and put Yennefer out. Yeah, let's pull out the dragon. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you very much. Ever and always appreciate the subs. Thank you. If you'll give me a moment, I'll jot that down. Towards KOTOR. Clear weather. No, you're fine, Hazardous. I don't mind. I asked for help. If I ask for help, it's not backseating. Let's go ahead and play Triss. You ready to pass? Or are you going to play your last card? Oh, she played her last card. Thanks! Notice she played the spy last. And because I like to be as doomy as possible... Oh, she's really trying to drag this out. Well, let's keep it going. 119 to 37. What do you got? I'm about to run out here. I'm gonna have to pass and just gamble. What do you think? Should I play the spy or should I just pass? Because she's doing some funny stuff here at the end. Now, granted, she has a huge deficit to make up. No, hourglass. All right, we'll play the spy. Why not? What do you got? What do we got? Ooh, a medic, which is awesome, and my scorpion thing. We'll go and play the scorpion thing. He'll play his scorpion thing. Let's go ahead and play the medic. Let's bring back you. Oh, I saw it, Hazardous, trust me. But I think she's tapped at this point. And I'm right. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Ah, Jesus, she had one more frickin' decoy. That's gonna hurt. Yeah. Saw that coming. Still one.
Well, I hope your luck holds.
Ladies and gentlemen, the third round. The heat is on.
The nearest round's winner will face Count Tybalt himself in the final. Phineas and Gerard of Rivia. Achoo!
I'll not play a mutant.
Are we to understand you forfeit this round? Fine. In that case...
No, I'll not swiving forfeit the round. I shall squash him like a louse.
A good match to you both. Please remember the tournament rules. No magic, no quarrels.
So he's the guy who tries to fight us after the round, by the way, if he loses. No and no, respectively, Loner. We actually did have a discussion about it, and the answer was no. I actually have known that for a while, Huthor. It's one of the reasons I make fun of the damn ship. Because it's such a piece of garbage. Alright, oh, that's a nice initial hand. Let's go ahead and see if we can get something better than that. Another Scorch. Because, okay. Have you ever played Mass Effect, Loner? Honestly, I think I'm happy with the rest of this. Any other thoughts? Well, in Mass Effect 1, whenever you hack something, you go into a little minigame and you'll have to go just. Now, do you think that what's happening in lore, in immersion, is that the character is sitting there playing a little arcade game every time they hack the game? Or do you think it's a minigame that has nothing to do with the story? But I like Scorches. Alright, fine. And I got a decoy, so that is better. I'll take the decoy. What's he play? He's playing Scoia'tael. I don't know Scoia'tael. Well, the obvious first play is the obvious first play, so let's just do that. Oh, he is already passed. That's interesting. Huh. I mean, should I really just go all in on spies here? Because that's what my head's telling me to do. That's what my tactics is telling me to do here. Just throw the round on filling up my hand. That's true, they do have medics. Well, they might have medics. I don't know if they do. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and follow Hazardous' weird advice here. Clear day, of course. About time, Baron. Siri. Why would he pass so early? That is so strange. So we'll just go ahead and take that round. No, I saw your response, Loner. Well, I don't have any other answers for you then. That's the best example I could come up with when we had the discussion of it. Basically, 99% of the time, minigames have nothing to do with lore. In fact, most of the time, minigames aren't even acknowledged in lore. So no, I don't think this is immersion breaking at all. Any more than I thought the minigames in Mass Effect 1 were immersion breaking. And of course now he's going to get Avalok. Or not. If you say so, Loner. We're just going to have to disagree on that. I'm sorry. I got nothing. I mean, the reason I used the Mass Effect example specifically is because, think of it this way. In lore, Shepard really is hacking his or her way through stuff, right? Oh, I didn't even think about that, Hazardous. So in lore, Shepard is hacking. But in lore, I don't buy that Shepard's playing a minigame. I don't. I've heard your explanation. I don't buy it for a millisecond. Especially since it's the same minigame for every door that you'll hack in the entire game. You can also just smear Omnigel all over things and went through it right? In other words, there's a barrier of gameplay and story segregation in between the fact that she's hacking and the specifics of the hacking. Make sense? In other words, Shepard is hacking, but she's not playing a minigame. Whereas, so to continue the example, Gwent obviously exists in lore, and it's involved in several story arcs, not just the tournament we're doing now, but the side arcs we've seen before, and the stuff we'll be seeing in Blood and Wine. But I've never believed for a second that the actual minigame we're seeing is what they're doing in lore. That's my take on it. And that's, of course, how I think of pretty much every minigame when it comes to video games in general. Like, I sincerely doubt that while Meteor is thundering down upon the planet, Cloud really is actually going off and breeding chocobos. You know what I mean? And what in the world, Zara? Okay, what the hell was I doing? I've gotten to this big discussion with Lone, which is a great discussion, by the way, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, they don't really have an animal. I'm not sure they have just one motto. Gum gum. I suppose helping others would be the closest thing I could think of. My graveyard is just Siri. Yeah, I think making him try to cycle his deck is the best option here. So yeah, we'll just play her, see what he's got. Okay. Oh no, weather. I actually do have a clear thing here. I'm surprised there isn't one already, Loner. I was kind of hoping for another spy, but I could decoy the 7. What do you guys think? Should I go ahead and decoy the 7? Oh my god, Tizara, you're killing me. Thank you, Tizara. Much appreciate. Thank you. Do you know where you want to put that one? Star Trek Legacy, you got it. Out of curiosity, just because I'm curious, Tazara, do you ever ask people around the shop where you want to put some of these towards? Oh, nuking his spy and then... That's not a bad idea, Hazardous. Do you really want me to do a fear? That's true, she might res the spy, but it's a 9 spy. He. What do you think, Hazardous? Hang on, what's the... Destroys the enemy's strongest close combat unit if the combined is 10 or more, which it is. So I could dragon the spy and then scorch all 5. Assuming nothing else actually happens. I prefer this one, Gum Gum. I don't know Caravan that well. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So it's nuke him. See what he does. Medic. Medic's up the spy. Which is funny, because that's actually what I wanted him to do. Scorch. Oh, wait, no, I'm an idiot. That's okay, that's okay. That works out, that works out. I didn't do that on purpose, but that does actually work out. Just means I have to play a little longer than I was going to. Let me think. Yeah, I should have done Scorch first. Oh well. Too late now. Also, fear. And don't make me do that again. That really hurts my throat. It's one of the reasons I stopped doing that. There's a reason I keep Robitussin on my desk. Yeah, I don't know where it is off the top of my head, Loner. Yeah, I was thinking about playing the 10. This guy over here. Honestly, it's either him or the spy. One of the two. And I'm kind of torn between the two. Let's play the 10. Let's just see what he does. I've got a clear day in my pocket, ready to go. So, he plays... I don't know what that symbol means. What's that guy do? Can be placed in either close or ranged. Cannot be moved once placed. Oh, okay. Whoop-de-doo. Well, now my option is play the spy or start going all in. Yeah, alright. Spy it is. I agree. What do we get? Not that much. Oh, wait, actually, no, we got another medic. Although I don't think... Now we should have enough to use a medic, if I understand the rules correctly. Maybe? Because Siri doesn't count. It's really a shame that 6 exists, because I could totally nuke those 5s. Well, hang on. Let's go ahead and do a medic. See if it works. Well, yep, okay, it does work the way I think it does. So let's go ahead and pull out the spy. And I got another spy, which is great. Well, thank you, Tazara. And thank them as well. Let's just go ahead and keep putting the spy out here. We got another Scorch. If we could get rid of that... Oh no, that's interesting. I was actually just thinking about passing and letting this one slide. I could probably turn this round into a win. I have a clear day. And I have a lot of firepower on my side. And he's only got 6 cards left. What do you think? Should I go and push for a win this round? Or should I go ahead and just sweep him next round? That reminds me, Gum Gum. You asked me what I would ask about your dwarven people. I got one for you. What types of food do they rely on most? I was just about to say, I could get some decent stuff in my graveyard, and I have 3 medics. On the other hand, I do like the idea of absolutely stomping him into the ground. I wish I could quick save right here. That would be really nice. I know it would be cheating. I don't care. I mean, I can always just hit Q and win. I'm really torn on this. I don't know what he has in his hand. He hasn't played anything really big. Oh, it's absolutely a gamble. Okay. We're going to play weird. So... we're going to play... So I'm going to talk this out loud, and you're going to tell me why this is an extremely stupid idea. I'm going to play a Scorch. It's going to kill his 18, and it'll force him to either play or pass, one of the two. If he passes, I win. If he plays, then... well, we'll see what happens next. I was also thinking the next round, depending on what he does, I could do another... I can do another stall thing and go ahead and play a horn. So let's just do it. Let's play the Scorch. See what he does. Okay, so he puts out Yorvith. As I say, he's got to be holding on to his big cards still, and I want him to either waste those or lose one of the two. So I can stall again, and I'm going to by going ahead and putting out a horn. And yeah, he's playing his bigs now. He's got 4 cards left. I would love to just drain him of those cards, but I don't think I can stall too much more. I think now's probably a good time to pass. Because now I still have the clear day, if I need it. I still have 2 horns, which will help with the cards I have. You notice I have predominantly ranged and siege for the buffables. And I still have 3 medics. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this round. We managed to sap 2 more of his good cards. Geralt. Now, what do I want to do first? That's the real question. I'm thinking I should start medicing first. What do you guys think? Because he's going to start playing his biggies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Hazardous. So how do they preserve food, Gum Gum? Let's go ahead and get a medic out. And by a medic, I mean a spy. Oh, we do have a medic, though. We could get a medic out. But no, we'll do a spy. So there's another medic. And he plays a dragon. Of course, Gum Gum. But you didn't answer my second question. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and play Geralt now. I agree with that idea. I have a feeling we got this. Oh, he passed! 2 cards in his hand and he passed. Okay. Yeah, that's a win. Let's just pull our usual sweeping. Sweep, sweep, sweep. And now what's funny is, well, this is going to make more sense in lore, given what I'm about to do to him. So I want you to pay attention to what I'm doing. Picture that Geralt is actually sitting here and is actually doing this to his deck as he's sitting there getting more and more frustrated. Just picture it, okay? Ah, come on, this one. There you go. And then we'll play Yennefer. The guy's like, I already quit. Nope, hang on. Then I have to play my other card, and then I gotta play this card, and then I gotta play this card. Okay. I think I'm good. Yeah, you know what, hang on, I'll play a clear day, why not?
The mutant cheated! I'll gouge those devilish eyes out with my bare hands!
And then he physically attacks us.
I'd give you a discount for heroic deeds.
Well played. Congratulations on both your victories. I'd wanted to summon the guards initially, but...
Yeah, it's better I took care of it.
Please, join me for the final. I must admit I did not expect this outcome. Bet a rather large sum on another player, in fact.
Might have guessed there were multiple games going on.
So now I get to save. Oh, I've played Gwent legit before. It's just been years is the problem. And of course it takes up time, which we don't really have for a run like this. What I said, Gum Gum, is how do they preserve food? Yeah, whoop, no. Oh my god, talk to the lady. No! Oh, Jesus.
Let's begin.
Whatever. Oh, of course it's fun, Hazardous. That's why I wasn't really holding back on giving it 2 pluses. So he's playing Monster. Redraws. Does Monster have any weather cards? I've got a lot of weird cards here. I might redraw. So if they don't have any weather cards, I'm going to cycle Clear Weather and one of my 6s. Well, at the very least, I'm cycling one of my 6s, so... Okay. Well, Clear Weather or the 6, what do you think? Because I'm doing one or the other. I was leaning towards the 6, too. Clear Weather's a nice just in case. Which got us another decoy, so that's worthwhile. My turn. I hate going first. Spy? Like, is there any reason not to play Avalok right now? I can't even imagine a reason not to play Avalok right now. I got a medic out of that. I didn't see what else. Zoltan! Zoltan's a monster! No! Wait, what? No, whatever. Yeah, no. We'll send in the other elf. Just, yep. Looks like we got a spy and a siege dude. Ho 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 ho! Really now? So I know my play. Decoy. Oh, I can't decoy a special. No! Damn. Okay. Well, I could play the 4 spy. Or I could play the 7 spy and count on losing this round. Let's be cautious. We'll play the 7 spy. We got a Scorch and our 3rd decoy. That's interesting that he even played that. I'd love to bait him more. That's why I'm thinking hazardous. He's still got 8 cards left, and he hasn't played anything good. All that's junk. Everything he just played is junk. Yeah, I'm almost certain he's going to pass. And I'm trying to debate if I should if there's anything I could do to try and bait him 1 additional, or if I should just go ahead and pass and be done with round 1 and accept what I got. So what I was trying to debate is if there's anything I could play that wouldn't be a loss to play, or would benefit in some way. Yes, I did, Hourglass, and that mod is active, but I have to specifically activate it. That's true upon a time. That's not a bad idea, actually. Let's go ahead and push. Let's push. That's what I lean towards anyways. You gonna pass? Nope. Okay, so he's not passing, which is good. I don't want him to pass. He'll probably pass next round, however. But I did get that nuke out of his hand, so that was probably worth the loss of the 10 archer. So, here's my thoughts. I was going to say I could decoy the archer back, or I could pass. I'm leaning towards decoying the archer back, because he's not going to have a lot of spies, and duh, right? It'll also force him to pass, basically. So yeah, let's go ahead and decoy him. He's going to pass. Yep. I can't see any reason not to pass. Can anyone come up with any reason not to pass here? Yeah, so you go ahead and take that one. That's a horrible passive. So he's going to play that. I'm actually glad I have a Scorch. I have a feeling it'll be useful. What's in my graveyard? Nothing. I'm thinking about playing the 6 siege guy. I don't want to play the medic. He's kind of useless right now. He still hasn't played his... He's played one of his big cards. Only one. And that's why I'm sitting here going, Alright, fine. Play him. See what happens. A crone. And that is Scorch material right there. Tell me I'm wrong. Am I missing something? Because Scorch should just nuke that, if I'm understanding how the card works. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Goodbye. So, he is now down to his really big cards. And of course we got to nuke the crone, so it was doubly enjoyable, as live action Bled said. Okay, so now what? Now I gotta decide what I want to play, basically. So they have no actual preservation methods, Gum? That's interesting. Do I have a siege? I do have a siege. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull him out. And then Archer for the next one. Oh! So if I play an Archer, which is actually what I'm thinking of doing, that means I can then res the Archer next round. Pretty sure. Let me double check there. Yep, I'll have a Scorch, a Decoy, an Archer, and a Siege guy in my graveyard. Can someone check my logic on that? But I'm pretty sure I can play one of these Archers, win the round, and then get something back next round with some of my medics. So let's just play... I aim for the knee. I guess it doesn't matter, they're the same card. That's not a bad point, Lores. I like that idea. Good idea, Lores Gamer. So, Siri? I mean, just start with the covered card and see what he's got. What do you got? A Leshen. I'm going to still play a little bit cautious. I'm going to go ahead and toss out a medic. And pull out that. A Karen. I'm not even sure what that is. What was that? No, that. Add +1 to all units in the row, excluding itself. Which doesn't do anything to that guy because he's special. You know what? I'm going to decoy my... Well, actually, hang on. I guess I can't, can I? Let's send out the siege guy. See what happens. Clear weather. Okay, I've won. So yeah, we're gonna now horn the range, which is about to get even stronger. What's your last card, buddy? Clear weather. So, want to do this in a very particular order. So we're going to play him. Then we're going to play him. Then we're going to play him. Then we're going to play him. And then we're going to play Clear Day. You gotta win on Clear Day. That was fun.
Superb match. A great pleasure. The prize will be yours.
Thief! The coin's gone. The guard's been stabbed.
What?
How is this possible?
No one's removed the coin from the premises. All those leaving were searched.
Phew!
We must scour the building. Anyone leaving must pass inspection.
Before you ask, it wasn't me.
Figured as much.
An unexpected turn of events, but our agreement stands.
We must try to recover the coin together.
I mean, I did win.
Agreed. Where do we start?
We must get upstairs. Wait.
Actually, I'm sorry. Really quick, can I please get a couple of flexes in chat for that? Just a couple.
I say, this Witcher is Captain Hansen's good friend. He could examine the crime scene. Charge only a trifling.
A fee? But...
We will, of course, collect it from the captain personally. How is his injury from the other week? Has it healed yet?
Well, I'd heard it had.
Splendid. We shall go upstairs at once.
Totally not a spy. Thank you, everyone. That was very fun. I'm glad we did that without cheating. It's the only time we're doing that. Well, there's the one quest in Tucson we might do without cheating, too. I don't know. We'll debate it when we get there.
Next time we see the captain, milady, I'd appreciate you mentioning.
That is all, good fellow. You may go. The Witcher requires absolute silence while he works.
Of course.
What's funny is I think she gave me the best run for my money of the various people I fought.
That went well. Really know the captain?
Yes, a horrid man. Come now, get to work.
I mean, same general questions, Gum Gum. I've always found that the more you understand about a nation's food infrastructure, the more you understand about a nation. Like, for example, you didn't mention anything about refrigeration, or salting, or the nature of transportation or transit, which means to me that they have what I call a local cellular system, where the food is gathered and doesn't travel a far distance and then is consumed within a short range of it within a short time because it can't be preserved. Which means if they have a particularly bad harvest or a particularly bad winter, they're screwed. And that's interesting information that helps world building.
Blows delivered from a strange angle. Expert, though. Precise.
Oh, for God's sakes, Magister.
Somebody dragged something heavy towards the terrace.
Greenhouses only mitigate. They are not a supply in and of itself, unless you're presuming that they can somehow produce enough food for an entire nation's worth of people from greenhouses. In which case, that has to be explained.
Crossbow bolt. A line tied to it. Line's clearly been cut.
Thief might have used it to lower the sack of coin. He'd need an accomplice waiting down below to grab it.
Something down there, but I can't make it out. Must have been one of the players. Lowered the coin down on the line, then strolled past the guards.
This was well prepared. Think you can track the culprit down?
Don't know yet. Ought to look in the street, see if I can find anything there.
Yeah, but I don't think they have access to space travel on her. Which is also relevant. Thank you, by the way, Low-Res Gamer. And I'm glad you're enjoying the pseudo-Lorerun. I haven't decided, whenever this goes up on YouTube, I have to decide what I'm naming it, because that's also going to change the thumbnail. So I could call it a pseudo-Lorerun, because that's already a term I use. Or I could call it a not-a-Lorerun. Splitting hairs, Loner, you know what I mean. We technically have access to orbit, but we're barely cognizant of space travel. And they're nowhere near us. Apparently they have refrigerators. Never mind, apparently they do have refrigerators. Although you didn't mention those. When I said, how do they preserve their food, you didn't even mention refrigerators. That's interesting again.
Same as the one tied to the bolt. Gonna have to look around.
Gush
Where's that
run.
scent coming from? Cinnamon. Strange.
I don't smell a thing.
Damn it, Kyria. So this is why we need to wipe Kyria off the face of the earth. Every now and again, I feel it must be terrible being a Witcher with incredibly enhanced senses in this world. Just think about that.
Haste makes waste. Culprit lost this crate. Must have fallen off the wagon.
Can you be certain this was the thief's?
Crossbow under the packages. Itching to crack a pun about every rosemary having its...
I appreciate you resisting the impulse. I've seen this guild mark. It's a trading company's. One that imports spices from Zerrikania. They've a storehouse at the docks. Northernmost one on this side of the port. Shall I meet you there?
Sounds good.
One of the things I find funny... there's actually several instances of this, but my favorite is Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing was a relatively older actor, and thus he had, problems with his scent. And so as a consequence, Peter Cushing had a very common habit of putting on perfumes and scents to make sure that his fellow actors weren't bothered by his smell. Because Cushing was actually a really awesome dude, in addition to being a very good actor. I find myself wondering if any Witchers basically perfume themselves to try and not smell other things, when they're not on the job. But
There are 6 inside. I wasn't able to get the door open.
Gotta find another way in then.
I know I remember that, Innocence. Said Igni to stun. I like it.
Here's the wagon. Smell the cinnamon now?
Huh. I was right about the warehouse.
I mean, she was a good spy, apparently. Damn it, I just looted something inside the warehouse. In case you missed
Try
that.
to get in through here.
Lead the way.
Save. Actually, yes, Loner. It's actually very simple. It's called the officer's track. You can basically be on track, or added to the track, or off the track. But it's all boils down to the same concept, the officer's track. And I admit I didn't come up with that term, I just borrowed it. Hey guys! How are things?
Which one's Hortensia?
The tall one.
Masquerade's done, Tully. Give us the coin.
Masquerade? Well put. Been watching you from the start, sweetheart. Though I ought to admit, I thought you'd follow me alone. Told him who you are yet? No? I'm sure he'd love to hear it. Go on, tell him. Or I'll tell Hortensia to break your fingers.
I mean, I don't really care, and also I already know.
Let go of her. Step away.
One of you restrain him. then make sure he gets a good view.
Oh well. Die. We'll chop you in half. And we'll just kill the rest of you, I suppose.
Oh, good work. I did not, in fact, suspect him, whereas he clearly caught on to me long ago.
Halflings can be unpredictable.
At any rate, we've succeeded. Now to divide the coin.
Oh yeah. So what's this proposition that's supposed to convince me to share my winnings?
No longer on the table. We retrieve the coin together. We shall divide it equally. Know what? Let's have dinner at the Kingfisher. My treat. To celebrate my last day in Novigrad.
You'll notice her accent is slipping substantially more at this point.
Heading back to Nilfgaard? That why you needed the coin?
I see you miss very little.
Still got a touch of an accent.
Ah well. It seems I shall need a new trait. Anyway, I'm compromised in Novigrad, so...
Who were you before you became a spy?
I don't rightly remember anymore. But I suppose you can call me Cantarella.
That your real name?
Well, almost.
What do you think? Should we go have dinner with her? I mean, we're not sleeping with her, obviously, but dinner's fine.
I'd love to.
I just assumed Geralt could sleep with just about any female character.
Turned out the blue-eyed prostitute was actually his sister. He couldn't believe it.
Oh my.
He asked me to see her again at the House of the Night, and then...
Fascinating story. Shall we go upstairs? You can show me exactly how it ended.
No.
Some other time, maybe.
I understand. Not all stories end the same way. In that case, I shall be off. Very nice to meet you, Geralt of Rivia. See you again, someday.
I mean, if I was into guys, I'd probably be into Geralt. Although a lot of that's on the strength of his personality, but still. I wouldn't mind looking like him either. I'll give you that much. Okay. Well, he's got a well-shaped face. He's got scars. He's very skinny. Like, I talked about that earlier. He has almost no body fat at all. And he's pale. Oh, and he has silver skin. Or, excuse me, silver hair. What's not to like? So, let's see here. He has a great jawline, too. And yeah, like Blackfell said, almost no body fat at all. I mean, seriously. Look at this thing. I know what you're looking at that... we've already talked about this. I know you're looking at that and thinking that's muscular, but that's not muscular. That is skinny. That is someone who cycles through body fat every minute. Yikes. I've said this before. In fact, yeah, no, I'm actually pretty sure that I am literally more long. Like, my chest goes out further than his. Now, I have a lot more fat than he does. I don't look nearly as good as he does. But I do have a great deal of muscle up here. So I legitimately think I have more body muscle, at least up in this range, than he does. I would still give that up to look like that, because holy crap. Oh yeah, his body type, he has a... I'll show you. He has a more or less typical, what's called the V body type. You can literally see it, just the nature of how his ribs and his shoulders are designed. It's like this, basically. I'm basically barrel. I'm more like this, in terms of my construction. What am I going to wear for the finale? No, 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 not that one. Hmm. I was just debating. Because I kind of... This is like my quote-unquote end armor, but I kind of want to wear this for the expansions. See you around, Hourglass. Have a good day at work. There they are. Why are those yellow? But yeah, this is the outfit I want to wear when we do the expansions. So... Screw it, let's just cheat in some wolf armor. Whatever. No, Tigzar. Although I do actually have Tucson boots. In fact, these boots I'm wearing are Tucson boots as part of my final outfit. So make of that what you will. So, wolf. Where's the other wolf piece? There it is. There we go. That looks off. Hang on. There's... You know me, I like black and white. And I'm curious what white will look like in a cutscene.
Ah!
And Bram.
Master Richard, there's an elven day.
I'll tell you where the loot's at.
Get out of my sight.
And then we kill everyone here. Yay.
Prick.
Need to talk to you.
About?
Uma, gonna take him with me.
Gotta ask the Baron's permission. Thing is, he ain't here.
Not about to ask for anything. I'm telling you, you can try to stop me. But that'd be an error. A mortal one.
Think you got me shaking in my boots?
You sure as hell should be.
Fine. Cripple's not worth no blood. See the groom. He ought to be glad to give him up. Bugger's been eating from the feed bags. And a pleasant journey to you both.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, you can officially tell Geralt has just had it up to here with this whole situation. And, of course, he has still wrestling with the idea that this might be Ciri. So...
What's the rush?
You can kind of understand his mentality here. I personally like to think that if it was still Strenger, given the working relationship we had with Strenger, he would be a little bit more polite, and Strenger would just be like, yeah, take him. But that's the jackass who has made all of these people much worse. And... yeah. So...
I'm taking Uma.
There ain't a...
Sergeant Hartle said I could.
Bring him back, though, won't you? Be awful dull without him.
Find something else to laugh at. I don't know. Catch some frogs and shove straws up their asses.
Huh? That one of your Witcher games?
Witcher version's different. Don't make me show you. Open the door. Now.
Yeah, he's really not putting up with anything right now. I think the white works. What do you guys think?
This here's Roach. She'll take us to Kaer Morhen. Well, come on.
Yeah, I'll try black for the next cutscene to show it off. I don't have red dye, though.
What the? Quit playing around. Let's go. Looks like we got company. Nilfgaardian battle mounts.
I can imagine, Taitu. That's got to be horrible.
What do you want?
The Emperor's displeased with you.
Then he ought to ask somebody else for help.
The Emperor does not ask anyone for anything. You will ride with us to Vitsima.
Sure about that?
Don't even try.
Fine. Lead the way.
And of course, this is just another irritation on the road. It's been a very long and very irritating road anyways at this point.
And the Third Army will sweep in from the west to take Banglin.
If I may, Your Imperial Majesty, our spies report that the garrison at Banglin consists almost wholly of mercenaries.
Bribery, then.
We stand to lose exactly no men in battle.
And we stand to lose less time. Very well. Give the orders. Then set sail.
As you wish. At once!
Your Imperial Majesty, Yennefer.
I did not have you brought here for an exchange of courtesies. Report.
As you wish, Your Majesty. Ciri. Well, this man is the key to finding her.
I give you 3 solid leads. Trails as fresh as morning dew. The aid of my spies and my court sorcerers. Yet in my daughter's stead, you bring me this monstrosity? I hope you have more to say. For your sake.
Listen, I'm looking for a needle in a haystack. A needle that at any moment can...
It's a difficult task, I know this. What of it? Listen to me. I rule the largest empire the world has ever known. I wage a war against the North, command men in tens of thousands, while at home the trade corporations and nobles seek to depose me. You cannot expect me to pity you the difficulty of your task.
I pursued those leads you gave me. Ciri first reappeared in Skellige with a mage, an elf. Yen knows more.
The Wild Hunt tracked them down, found them there. They were forced to flee to Velen.
Where they were separated. Ciri spent some time with a local warlord, a self-styled baron who...
Yes, I know my vassals.
Who helped her get to Novigrad, where Ciri crossed some of the city's underworld bosses. She had to flee, went back to Skellige, ran into her elf companion there.
And into the Wild Hunt, again. Ciri and the elf fled, out to sea this time. Their boat returned to shore the next day, with only him on board.
The information appears of little use, though at least it seems you kept busy.
Funnily enough, I think Emir is under more stress than Radovid, which, if I can be bold, I think says a lot for the disparity in the character between the two individuals. As I've said before, it's my firm opinion that Radovid's primary problem is not insanity, but stress. But Radovid has clearly crumbled one way or the other, right? Whereas Emir, he's stone. He's just a rock as the river's trying to buffet him down. Personally, this is one of the reasons why Emir has my respect, despite everything.
This monstrosity might well be your daughter. Its body is the product of a curse. Someone hides inside it.
Can you lift this curse?
I've done a great deal of research, made inquiries, but to lift it I would need to know the words used to cast it, and that...
Vafel Elen, Kedmel Fali. Gladiv Don Eptened, Bandro Ithne Iacus. Dandelion told me. Ciri talked to him about it.
At last, you provide a pleasant surprise. Lady Yennefer, my question stands.
Yes. I believe I can. But I must...
The details do not interest me. Geralt, you've achieved precious little, yet admittedly more than the bumblers in my spy corps have. I give you half the promised reward. You will receive the other when you bring me Ciri.
Fine.
This audience is over. Till the next.
What I find funny is I've heard several people say that Emir was being rude there. I hate to point this out, but that's not rudeness. I mean, he wasn't polite, but he was just brusque. That was just someone who was like, all right, let's go. I'm sorry, but I don't consider that to be rude. I consider that to be pragmatic. Yeah, it's a good word, Puzzle Fury. Radovid, we'll see later. We haven't actually seen Radovid be rude yet, but we will. Oh, I would hate to be Emir's. Oh, I would hate to be in Emir's shoes. Oh my God, that is not a good job. I've said before, I don't actually want to conquer the world. That's. Ugh. And as someone mentioned in chat, this is just a Tuesday for him, really.
Could have used some of that famous biting wit of yours. Where'd it disappear to? I mean, you were meek as a novice at Aretusa, called into the dean's office.
I merely know when I can indulge my pride and when I must swallow it.
Ah, I see. So you show your claws to me because I'm a lowly witcher, but...
Do you really wish to do this now, Geralt? We can fight another time, in another place, where the walls have no ears.
Now, Geralt kind of comes off as rather unpleasant in this whole section. I think I've already properly explained why, but I just feel like mentioning that because I've heard someone say that Geralt just kind of spontaneously starts being a dick. I don't think that's fair. I think Geralt is under a lot of stress, under a lot of pressure right now, and he is in a very bad mood. And it's understandable why, and it shows in all of his interactions.
So, how do we lift Uma's curse?
We must take him to Kaer Morhen. Oh, and Geralt, forgive me, but I'm unable to teleport you, Uma, and Roach, so...
Don't worry, we'll ride there. Never did like teleporting.
Take care of yourself.
Wait. Here, probably better if you keep it.
Of course. I'm off.
Exactly, Corellis. And the best part is that's only one of several problems facing him right now. That's just like another thing on the pile. Hang on. I hate to do this, but I actually have a Kaer Morhen background I'd love to use for this section. Which is right here.
Your dedication will be rewarded.
There's also a donation. That's important too. Who is that? It's Vigilant who says stab! Damn it, Vigilant, why must you stab me? What did I do to deserve stabbing this time? First, before I read the rest of it, thank you very much for the donation. And I have put that towards Thronebreaker. Honestly, I don't agree, Vigilant. So, okay, Vigilant poses the idea that Geralt could defeat Ciri in one-on-one combat. Now, the reason I don't agree is because Ciri has, first of all, the ultimate weapon, teleportation. And I know that sounds like a strange statement, but seriously. No, I asked the questions earlier, Gumgum. Teleportation is one of the most amazingly useful tools in virtually any situation, but especially in a combat scenario. Teleportation means if I'm at 10 health, I'm out. Right? I can just withdraw. And I can come back whenever I want to and under circumstances I want to. That being stated, I do think Geralt is better in a sword fight than her. If it was, alright, no signs, no abilities, just we're going to fight with swords, yeah, I think Geralt would be able to beat her. Or defeat her, I suppose, at that point. Yeah, I wasn't even going to talk about the other stuff she can do, Cashel. Teleportation is enough by itself. You ever want to know how powerful teleportation is? Grab the target, teleport 1,000 feet up, let go, teleport down. Boom. And that's a very mundane use of teleportation in combat. What's actually funny is the movie X-Men First Class does exactly that. I can't remember his name, but Nightcrawler's father just is infiltrating a base, and he just grabs someone, teleports up, grabs someone, teleports up, grabs... And he just slowly kills all the guards in this base by doing this. So that's my take on that, Vigilant. And Lambert, nah, he's pathetic. He couldn't do it. I mean, nobody likes Lambert anyways.
Whoa there, Roach. It's all right.
Graphics bugs, graphics bugs. Loving those graphics bugs.
This close to the fortress? Someone's been slacking off.
Yeah, exactly, Tigzar. And like it or not, he does have superhuman speed, agility, senses, etc. Oh yeah, funnily enough, I never responded to you, Huthor. I'm sorry, no, that's not the ending we're doing.
Well, look who the wind blew in. Been away quite a while.
Too long.
I still haven't had a chance to re-dye this armor. I would love to know why you think it's so horrible, though, Huthor.
How was it?
To me, I think they're both equally terrible.
Don't count the forked tail that flew over our heads a few miles back. Passenger got a little restless.
What have we here? Multiple deformities. Eyes, ears, nostrils, a hair lip. And is this... Now, calm down. Yennefer was right on one count. Thing sure isn't pretty.
Because, of course, Vesemir is Vesemir. I mean, I'm pretty sure of the Witchers we know, Geralt is probably the best overall in a fight. The only one I think who could really match him in a fight of the Witchers I know is actually Letho. But Vesemir, he's the thinker of the group, in my opinion. He's the scholar is the word I want to use there.
Don't look all that nice yourself. How'd you get so dirty?
Huh? Ah, this. I was mixing some lime for the mortar. Need to patch up the walls before they crumble.
Lot of work for one person. Lambert and Eskel not willing to help? Don't see the sense in it?
No. Yennefer found more important things for them to do.
Unfortunately, I don't know, Sonic Doctor.
Yen's here already?
And how?
Huh. You two argue?
Geralt, I understand she's a... well, how do I put this? Emancipated, strong-willed woman. But do manners count for nothing? She teleports in, not even a nice to see you, jumps right into a we've a curse to lift, there's this to do and that. So Eskel and Lambert get going. Then she went to the guest room to rearrange things. Through the bed, off the balcony.
Oh, I would hate Vesemir as an enemy. Like, depending on my power set, I might be able to match him in a one-on-one fight. But no. I would never want to fight someone like Vesemir. Because by the time I found him, he is more than ready for me.
So what's Yen planning?
Wish I knew.
Mean she didn't tell you?
She told us what she needs to lift the curse, not what she plans to do with it, despite our asking.
She's up to something.
Glad you noticed.
Shame. That was a good bed.
Said the same myself. Solid oak frame, down mattress. Triss always said she... Ah, now I see.
It's either that, or Yen really hates oak furniture.
Yeah. I'm not ignoring you, Puzzle Fury.
So where is everyone?
Eskel's hunting forktails. Gotta nip that infestation in the bud. And since Yennefer needs to distill some ingredients from their organs, well, like they say, 2 birds, 1 stone. Lambert's still in the keep, preparing to venture into the mountains to enrich the phylactery with elemental power.
Mm-hmm. And Yen?
Assembling a megascope. Wanted my help running around with some chirping contraption, searching for something. But I'm too old for that nonsense.
I should let her know I'm here.
If you say so, but don't go thinking she'll throw her arms around your neck.
No, she's in as much of a bad mood as we are. Which is part of the problem here. Alright, Puzzle Fury. It's time to kill you. Stab! Okay, we're good, we're good. So I gotta be honest, and this is just the way I tend to think of it, but a character has to be exceptionally good of a character to warrant a positive by themselves. If you paid attention to any of my previous premiere runs, or IDCs, you'll notice that it's actually quite rare a singular character will get a plus just by themselves. The fact that I was willing to think about 6 for this game alone says something for the quality of these characters, and several of those are still in debate. So I don't really know if Vesemir actually deserves a positive by himself. He kind of has the same problem Dandelion does. Exposure. Dandelion was great, and we see him basically like twice. Vesemir's great, and we see him basically 3 times, of which I believe this is the second. You know what I mean? That being said, Vesemir absolutely belongs at least as part of an aggregate. I mean, no question there. He's a great character. So I'll continue to debate it. But, yeah. Honestly, I'm actually debating removing Triss from the list, too. Because of the same exposure problem. Where am I? Really, Mazanaka? Wow. Like I said, we're not actually... I'm not... There's a reason why all of those are still kind of in debate. I want to see them throughout the course of the game before I really decide. Every potential plus for a character up there is still in debate, and will remain so until the end of Vanilla. With the only exception being Gaunter. I'm pretty sure Gaunter's going to be a positive. He's, yeah. I could actually see Triss and Vesemir being a positive by themselves. That actually might be the route we end up going with that. Let me guess, there was a much easier way to get up here. Whoop.
leaking again. Damn it.
What's this? Brewing potions?
No. Booze from potato peels.
For my welcome back feast?
Actually, more like my farewell feast. Haven't heard? Madame Sorceress has requested I fortify the phylactery with power from the Circle of Elements. Says it's essential to lifting the curse from that monstrosity of yours.
Realize that monstrosity, as you put it, might be Ciri?
Yeah, I heard.
Mind showing a bit of sympathy?
I call him like I see him. That's how I am.
Know what? Never mind. Not gonna argue with you.
Right, no time to lose. The monstrosity awaits.
Lambert.
Oh, sorry. The potential Cirilla.
And that's why I don't like Lambert, by the way, in a nutshell.
Don't sound too thrilled about all this.
I'm not. You know the trek to the Circle's no walk in the park. In more ways than one.
Let me go with you.
Well, might have more spring in my step with the famous white wolf at my side. So, you ready?
Yeah, I just saved.
No reason to wait. Let's go.
Oh, meant to tell you. Can't get to the Circle through the mountains. Rockslide blocked the pass last spring.
So we approach from the pond side, like when we did the trial of the medallion?
Exactly. Remember the way?
Not easily forgotten, that.
He who returns with his medallion will prove himself worthy and may set off on the path.
Vesemir ever hear you impersonate him?
Yeah. Old man can't stand it.
Don't mistake me, Lambert's definitely loyal, in a similar way that Dandelion is.
Savola's breach. Still haven't patched it up?
Vesemir'd like to. Doesn't bother me, though. Not expecting anyone to lay siege, and... this way I got a shortcut to the pond.
Shame those Salamandra assassins didn't punch a few more holes in our walls.
Or finish the job and reduce these ruins to rubble.
You remember Salamandra, right? You don't remember Salamandra?
Been thinking. We gonna swim across the pond?
No, I got a boat moored there. You know, for fishing.
Wow. Never took you for the fishing type.
I use bombs. I drop them in, then scoop up whatever floats to the surface.
That makes sense.
And there's the backdrop I'm using, basically. It's a different position, but you get the idea. You can probably tell why I wanted a background of this. Isn't that how everyone fishes, Leslie? No, I agree, Huthor. Like, don't mistake me for trying to call out Lambert or say that he's a horrible person. He's just the kind of person I wouldn't get along with, and I wouldn't want to be around. Like, you go over there, I'll be over here. If we have to work together... Oh, hey, I can finally dye my outfit. You know, whatever. Stasis fields, usually, Gum. Classic refrigeration is a thing they can do, but they usually don't. Yeah, what's funny is I think Kaer Morhen properly set up would be one hell of a fortress, basically, a defensible fortification. God, I can't talk all of a sudden. Damn it.
Nice shot.
I knew a few people like Lambert. I don't anymore. That should probably say all I need to say about that.
Hunting's almost a diversion with that Gabriel. Gotta get me one. Well, well. Color me impressed. Where'd you learn them tricks?
It's an art. Learned it from this old master down in Zerrikania.
Yada yada. Save that tale for your next sorceress.
I mean, there's so many in my life. I guess there are 3. How many people can say that? That there's 3 sorceresses who all want, you know, with you. Oh, I know, Kralis. I wanted to try red.
Tell me about Vesemir. Things any better between you?
Seems so. Old man's dropped the moralizing, and I try not to piss him off too often.
Mm-hmm. Working out well?
Moderately. Castle's pretty big. Easy to stay out of each other's way.
Who's the fourth? I don't even know who Coral is.
Damn it! I moored it right here, I swear.
Line must have come loose.
Really? Here I thought the boat untied itself to go for a jaunt on its own. Damn it. In this fog, we'll never...
There a storm before I arrived?
Let me think. Yeah, 5 days passed.
Wind must have grabbed the sail, tugged the boat off its mooring. Boat drifted into the bushes.
I actually don't know who Fringilla is off the top of my head. And I definitely don't know who Coral is. The one we... Oh, okay. I know who that is. I know who that is.
Uh-oh. Looks...
Water hag.
Great. Last thing we need. All right. Cave entrance is just opposite, see it? Gotta sail across the pond, go through the cave, climb Troll's Head, and we're there.
Doesn't seem like such an ordeal now, does it?
No. Still gives me the shivers, though. You know only 2 boys returned from my group?
You were the ones who ran into old Speartip in the caverns, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's still gnawing at you?
Gnawing? No. Straight old pisses me off. What the fuck was that trial for? Most who returned from the Circle of Elements died within a year in some swamp, hunting drowners for Crown 30 a head. So exactly what was the point?
Ought to ask Vesemir.
Oh, I have. Many times. Believe you me.
Let's go. Jump in the boat.
All right. I'm taking the tiller, though.
Because?
'Cause it's my boat, not up for discussion.
What I find interesting, and this is purely my take, and you guys can disagree with me on this, because, I mean, I'm an amateur who doesn't know the setting, but I always got the impression that if Lambert had something greater to be a part of and to believe in, that would have actually really helped him and helped his anger issues and his personality issues and his barbed, his cynicism, you know, all of the issues he has, all the problems he has personality-wise. Like, to put it into such terms, if he was actually working as one of the allies of one of the old mages who actually helped establish the Witcher thing, or if he was one of the Witchers who ended up being, you know, a part of, I don't know, some kind of defense corps or a court Witcher or something, I think that would actually have worked out a lot better for him up here. I don't know. Food for thought. I don't know what I think about The Witcher show. I'm probably not even going to watch it, honestly. I mean, Lord knows I don't even have Netflix.
Yourself?
Yeah. Something you don't like about it?
Besides the water up to our ankles? Nothing.
Quit whining. It'll make it across the lake.
Provided we don't smash into something first. Barely see the tip of my nose. Fog's thick as curdled milk.
Never took you for a poet.
Oh, but I am one. Want to hear a limerick?
Sure.
Lambert, Lambert, what a prick.
Not bad.
It amuses me that that simple line, which isn't even said with any fanfare, is so meme-worthy.
Fall off a bit. Sails fluttering.
Don't teach your grandma to suck eggs. Right, almost there. Ready for the caverns?
Almost. Before we go inside.
Ugh, drink a dose of cat, I know. Any more words of wisdom, like step softly or you'll wake old Speartip?
Old Speartip's still down there?
Yeah, he is. Unless he's done us a favor and killed over on his own. Could come at us at any moment.
How'd the rhyme go? Old Speartip's a deep sleeper.
Wake him up and you'll sleep deeper. Come on.
Hear that? Sounds like a kid.
You know this valley's uninhabited except for us. It's gotta be an illusion.
What if it's not?
No, it's totally an illusion.
Whatever you want to do.
Just in case. We can at least kill something that's making an illusion.
You know, Vesemir's right. You do poke the damn hive, almost always. Fine. Let's go.
I think this goes back to something I was talking about the other day with Hazardous Huthor. I appreciate honesty, but I also appreciate politeness. And I know what you're thinking. Those are the opposite thing. Well, I don't really like the red one. What do you guys think of the red?
Hey, little guy. It's all right. You're safe now.
No! No! Help!
Fine. Consider yourself vindicated. You were right.
Well, well, what do you know?
We can talk about that later. Got the foglets to take care of now.
What? How did you know I was here? Says the foglet.
An illusion. Who would have thunk?
You're not gonna let this drop anytime soon, are you?
No, I will not. In fact, whole world should hear about the time the famed Geralt of Rivia was duped like a child. Think we ought to get Dandelion to write a ballad about it. How's that sound?
Actually, yeah, Magister. The Nilfgaardian general, whose name Voorhees or whatever his name is honest and polite.
When someone's life might be threatened, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Enough said.
Of course, the noble white wolf never abandons a man in need. He's more saint than Witcher.
Changing subjects. Did I see right? Was that boy...
Yeah, one of ours. Must have drowned during his trial. Foglets remembered his voice and appearance.
Charming. Let's get out of here.
Needn't ask me twice. In fact, I didn't even want to come here.
Lambert, enough. Shit, too damn high.
Not if I give you a boost. Remember? Part of the trials.
A witcher is a lone hunter.
But even a lone hunter can use a helping hand sometimes. Vesemir.
Ready?
Oh, you fat fuck.
Nope.
1, 2, 3. You're no feather either. Come on, let's go.
Honestly, I would be astonished if the Geralt weighs above 150. Not counting gear.
Wall looks a little shaky. Ard, maybe?
Mm-hmm. And wake old Speartip not stomping like that.
Relax. I slipped.
What?
Something fell in my eye. Splinter, I think.
Hope it wasn't from a broken mirror. That'd make you even nastier.
Ha ha.
Oh, absolutely intentional. Everything I've seen, both in the books and the games, has described Geralt's fighting style as like a dancer. He's far more about agility and speed, using momentum to do the strikes, rather than brute force. He doesn't strike me as someone who will, for example, try to cleave a two-handed sword through someone's armor. That's a strength move. That's when you just put as much raw power as you can behind it. You know what I mean? Oh, that's down. Well, funnily enough, I was going to use real-life claymores as an example of what I'm talking about, where the weight of the blade was actually designed to be part of the tactic. And you needed to be strong just to lift that thing. Have you ever lifted a claymore in real life? Because I have. Holy crap, I was not ready for that. Just, I mean, I finally managed it, but, like, you look at that and you're like, yeah, okay. Was pretty much the reaction. Alright, what else? Just go over the edge.
Ugh. Place reeks of mold.
What did you expect? Scent of violets?
Would have been nice. Ah, so soft and sweet, just sleeping there. Makes you want to make this moment last forever.
Hey Zira, hey Roiting. Exactly, Leander. Well, it was something that was made by the blacksmithing team, squad? I don't know what to call it. Club, that's a good word. We had a blacksmithing club back when I was in high school. And they liked to make stuff, and we'd often use it for, you know, television or plays or whatever. And they happened to make a freaking claymore. And I was like, hey, do you mind? And they were like, yeah, sure. And they, of course, all made fun of me.
Oh, good to be back above ground.
Mm-hmm. Still trouble ahead.
You mean the trolls? They're in for trouble, not us.
We ought to be careful. This is their turf.
Couple of trolls got you soiling your knickers?
Was bold and brash once, like you. Then I took a pitchfork in the gut. Peasant kid, not a troll. I almost died. Hard way to learn, but I did. Come on.
Really, Loner? Yeah, the sword I was lifting was closer to 100 pounds. And I remember that. Because they weighed the sucker.
Ha! See him shit and run soon as he saw us?
Mm-hmm. Never known a troll to do that.
Hang on. A claymore being 5.5 pounds. That actually doesn't make sense. Like, I'm trying to think of what I could relate that to. I don't think there's anything on my desk that is that light that isn't already substantially lighter. Like, I could use the chair I'm in. This is actually at about 60 pounds, because I looked it up for some reasons I don't want to get into right now. I could bring in one of my weights. Like, 5 pounds? There's no way.
Which us is to walk no more. Stops. East Mountain, Trolley Mountain. Troll Mountain. Huh? Oh. Hi! This Troll Mountain.
You talk to these idiots.
Stay calm. We just want to get to the circle.
Which is his thing one say, thing two do, thing three do, sometime.
Enough! Out of my way, dimwits, or I'll grind you to gravel. Understand?
Mm-hmm. They understood all right. Congrats.
Run for the...
So I just looked up the average weight of claymores, and it does say You know, it does actually weigh about 5-ish pounds. That is very interesting. So I'm not actually lying. They really did make a claymore. We really were going to use it for a show. I really did have trouble lifting it. It really was about 100 pounds. I don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe the blacksmith club was having a laugh at us and they just threw together a slab of iron or whatever. We actually, for the record, we ended up not using it because nobody could do anything with it. I mean, I couldn't swing that thing worth a damn. I could barely lift the damn thing.
Before they stone us to death!
Yeah, well, no, swinging that was completely impossible. There was no way. Yeah, 5 pounds is a joke. The only reason a sword would be any difficulty in swinging if it was 5 pounds is because of the length of the damn thing. Because the center of balance.
Geralt?
Okay. I don't, Mihawk. I am a bad liar. I've talked about this before. I can tell you many details about that sword. I can even give you a rough month in which it happened. Sword. Gotta put that in quotes.
We walk throws. News goes no far more. Witches is understanded?
We understand it, but we still gotta get to the Circle of Elements.
Listen, but we trolls come no to Witches castle. Rocks lots there. Pretty rock.
Enjoying this little chat? Cause it's not getting us anywhere.
What do you think of the black, by the way?
I'm talking. Fact is, you know as much about negotiating as they do about grammar. We're not here to hurt you. We don't want to touch your rocks. Just let us pass.
Throw rock, throw. Witches strike no back. Just talky. Witcher, good? Only you. Witches monster kills. Trolls monsters. Yes, true is. No face make. We do go this. Use sharp back clubs leave here. Use pass. No agrees? We smash.
What do you think, guys? Should we kill him? I do like killing people, especially right now, since Geralt's in a bad mood. Yeah, okay.
All right, we'll leave our swords here. Pick them up on the way back.
We want to know. Ick metal. Mouth stings.
You nuts?
Shut up and follow my lead.
I mean, honestly, they're trolls. They're decent. They even flat out said they avoid our area.
If I remember Pappy Vesemir's lessons correctly, Witchers kill monsters.
Your memory's shit. They only kill harmful monsters.
They threw stones at us, Geralt.
Whine about it to Eskel later.
Just a few steps more, and we're there.
Ooh, that's some serious panting. Out of breath? Out of shape?
Nah, just a bit hungover.
Been hitting the hooch with Eskel again?
No. Been hitting it alone.
Well, we made it.
No denying that. Damn. Beautiful view.
Must be if you noticed it.
Geralt, who do you take me for?
Let me think. A sourpuss?
Fair enough. But save the rest of your compliments for later. Let's get to work.
Remember how this circle works? Been a while since I activated my medallion here.
It's fine, old man. No need to make excuses. Light the torches and place the phylactery on the altar. I'll handle the rest.
Okay.
Geralt? How'd it go? Water, then earth, then air?
There we go. Sure.
It's clearing up. All right, phylactery's in place.
Then all we gotta do is wait. The container will absorb the power of the elements while we catch a breather. So, how'd you deal with the trolls when you passed the trial of the medallion?
Let me think. Oh yeah, used Axie, but I only had to get past one troll. Other two were busy.
Yeah, useful sign, Axie. Saved my life a short while ago.
Sense a good story coming.
One of the best. A couple of road robbers stopped me. One pointed a crossbow at me, and the other started rummaging through my satchel, and made the man with the crossbow shoot his friend, then hang himself.
Wow, truly great story.
Isn't it? Real side splitter, I think.
Tell me, you always been such a cynical bastard?
No, I was adorable before Vesemir brought me to Kaer Morhen.
Think it's that bad being a Witcher?
Guess I could have been someone worse. Just a shame I had no choice.
It was our destiny.
Destiny? Let me tell you about destiny. My dad was a drunk. He'd knock a few back, then beat me and Mom bloody. We prayed for his death every night. One day our prayers were almost answered. Dad lost his way coming home from the tavern, walked smack into a nest of neckers. But some Witcher saved him. Know what he wanted in return? Give me the first thing you see when you get home. My life. For the life of that prick? I say fuck that kind of destiny.
Didn't know. I'm sorry.
Next time you wonder why I'm so bitter, well, there's your answer. All right. We've griped enough. Let's get out of here.
Need to get our swords. Witcher with no swords like a man without an arm.
Sure thing, brother.
How old is Lambert?
Witches is his sharp back club takes, and home goes.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. I don't need convincing.
Come on, Geralt, let's go.
Oh, I know he's younger than Geralt. I just don't know how much.
Right. Let's get back.
After you, sir.
Why are they always vague with their ages? Damn it! I just want to know how old they are. Sigh. Oh well.
Must be Eskel's prince. No one else has left the keep recently.
Ting 50. You know, Juju's, every now and again someone says something like that, and I really wonder why. What's the motivation behind asking that? I'm actually quite curious.
That's his horse. What's its name? Scorpion? Beautiful animal.
It's no roach. Basically, yeah, Magister.
Eskel made camp here. Looks like he planned to stay outside a while.
Honestly, I don't really plan to spend the points, Blackval, but I might. You never know.
Footprints. And hoofprints. A goat. Interesting.
It's okay, Jujus. I'm just curious.
Rocks. Tracks end here. Great. Could try to follow my nose. Can't smell Eskel, but there is the goat. Just gotta find a sample of its scent.
Hello? Alright.
Bits of bark.
There we go.
Looks like Eskel's goat rubbed against this tree. A clump of goat hair. Ugh, the stench. Eskel's tracks. The nose knows. Didn't tie itself to this stake.
Supposed to be forktail bait. Guess it works for witchers as well.
As for forktails, bait them thusly. Pound a stake in the soil, bind a goat to it, then hide ye in near to shrubbery post haste.
Brother Adalbert's Bestiary, page 82. See your memories back in full, and sharp as ever in spite of your years.
You're as old as I am, wise guy. Don't let the gray hair fool you.
Good to finally see you again.
And that's the difference between Lambert and everyone else in the world. I'm sorry, just making the point. I never answered this question. Someone asked earlier what I would think of a prequel Witcher game set during the time of the books, basically. I'm not actually sure what I think of that. I'm not sure I would have any interest personally. And, I mean, it could be a good game, and therefore it could be interesting simply by virtue of the fact that it's a good game. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know.
Yen's keeping you pretty busy, huh?
Started shouting out orders with just 1 foot out of the teleport. I tried to get a word in edgewise, to which she said...
One should not interrupt a lady.
Exactly. Times like these, I'm glad this ugly mug of mine keeps the women away.
I mean, if you call that ugly, holy crap.
Come on, you're a handsome guy in your own way.
Geralt, please. Cut the crap. Shh. Hear that? Incoming. Damn it! It's taking off! Hit the wings!
Bleeding heavily.
From an artery. Blood's light-colored. Can't fly much further.
Wooden Kemek. Obviously.
Fled to its lair, looks like.
Good. Means it's done fleeing. Gonna make a stand. Alright, let's collect the spinal fluid and get out of here. Cut into its back, just below the skull.
Yen tell you why she wants this?
Mean you don't know? And that, doesn't bug you?
Course it does. Don't see us lifting the curse without her, though.
We could have gone to Triss for help.
Put it to you this way. If Yen can't help Uma, we can always go to Triss. She won't hold it against us. But if we'd done it the other way around...
There'd be hell to pay.
Exactly. Enough of this talk. Let's go.
Interesting perspective.
Hey, what do you say to a little race? Maybe see who's faster, Roach or Scorpion. And who's the better rider.
Not really a challenge, because I could beat you riding a lame sow. But why not?
You're a lame sow yourself. First to Kaer Morhen wins!
Okay.
Finally. Took you a while.
Saddle kept sliding.
Mm-hmm. Not a crappy show dancer out there who doesn't blame her shoes.
You're a fucking show dancer. But one who's damn good on horseback. Didn't wager anything, but can't help thinking you deserve a prize.
Come on. Not gonna take anything from you. Buy me around sometime and we'll call it good.
Done deal.
I was actually thinking about letting him win, but then I realized how much funnier it would be if I just popped off the horse and ran. We have romanced Yennefer, by the way, whoever was asking that earlier. Oh yeah, where's the bed? Let's see. Oh, I can't interact with it. That poor bed. What did it ever do to anybody? Oh well.
No reaction to Dimeridium.
Hang on, I'm being advised by the voices in my head to figure out where Eskel is and talk to him.
Pretty, isn't it?
Impressive specimen.
A month of tracking, stalking. But I finally dropped the son of a bitch.
Congratulations. Can't help wondering, though. Why'd you keep the corpse? Aim to stuff it? Hang it above the mantle?
Not a bad idea. Gotta finish the autopsy first, though. This one was quicker than most. Quicker and stronger. Want to examine it thoroughly.
Mind if I have a look?
Want to do the honors?
No thanks. You cut. I'll grab a bite to eat. Let's examine its head.
Long whiskers. Protruding frontal lobe, but that's normal. Long ears. And an earring.
Mm-hmm. Seen that before. Some of them like shiny objects, like magpies.
And in the maw, yellow dull teeth. Missing its upper front teeth. Lower incisors.
Clearly not a flosser. Fine, let's move on. Open its gut. So, anything interesting?
Bits of undigested food. A few decades worth, looks like. Human hair, a belt buckle, a few coppers, and a gold ring. Want to give it to Yennefer? Ought to be as good as new once you polish it a bit.
No thanks. She only wears silver.
That's her loss. Rest is perfectly normal, except for its gnarled liver. Seems like I had a penchant for the blood of drunkards.
Nice claws. 15 inches, I'd say.
They grow its whole life. This one was about 110 years old.
Pretty muscular legs. Calves and feet especially.
Let me tell you, this sucker was fast. 1 second here, there the next. Always in the shadows. Could barely see it.
So how'd you take it down?
Long story. Tell you another time.
Think I've seen enough for now. This was an old one. Experienced.
It'd be nice to figure out a way to determine a catacan's age based on its tracks. Avoid running across one like this unprepared.
It would, I agree. But later. See you, Eskel.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
I met with Emir.
Any crowned heads you haven't met?
A few. Hoping it stays that way.
Remember the first war with Nilfgaard? Battle of Sodden? The North, all of it, fought together. Temeria, Redania, Kedwen, Edirn, and the mages were heroes. On the field first, then in ballads. Not much left of that world.
See you later, Vesemir. Can we talk? I'm looking for Ciri. Ashen hair, scar on her cheek. Seen her? How can I help you? You think universals exist as real and distinct entities, or only as mental constructs? Mm-hmm. So do I. So long.
Look at the fire. Now look here. Pupils functioning normally.
Can we talk?
What about?
Nice to be together again, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm. Just missing Ciri.
Thanks for reminding me.
I had to change the subject. Heard a sentimental sob making its way up from your gut. Any idea why she's returned?
Shortest version, she's running from the Wild Hunt.
Damn. Going gets tough and you need help, you can count on me.
You haven't changed a lick.
That disappointment I hear?
No. Surprise, maybe. Most grow gentler with age. Seems you're growing pricklier.
Mom always said I was different.
Had some other adjectives in mind, but different'll do. See you later.
Yeah, take care.
I was just looking something up, Puzzle Fury. You guys have got me wondering what the hell happened in 1999 at this point. So I decided to do a little looking into it.
Damn it, you piece of shit!
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, Yen's kind of upset, by the way.
Damned crystal!
You decide to blow us up?
Geralt, I'm sorry, but I'm in no mood for jests.
What's eating you?
Let me think. That was the third crystal to explode. It's been a week, and Lambert's still not done what I've asked. Vesemir spitefully insists on repairing the wall just beneath my window and starts hammering at the crack of dawn, while Eskel seems to have gone mushroom picking, not forktail hunting.
The guys. Well, they're not exactly happy with you.
Why is that?
Because you aren't willing to say what you're planning. You're treating them like pages, not including them. Us, actually, because I feel that way too.
I shall explain everything when the time is right. First, we must finish our preparations.
You got trust issues with us?
No. Actually, I fear you don't trust me. So I'd rather keep certain things secret, for the time being.
Pretty tortured logic.
It may seem that way now, but you'll understand in time.
I was about to make fun of the logic there. I don't think you trust me, so I'm going to keep secrets from you. See you around, Mind Blast.
Heard about the bed. Really prefer to sleep on the floor? Wouldn't recommend it. That stone can get awfully chilly.
Frankly, I prefer a chill to bedding littered with red hair.
So upset about Triss, you gotta take it out on the furniture?
Would you prefer I take it out some other way? Geralt, I don't want to seem like a vindictive shrew, but that very bed is where you just happened to fuck a dear friend of mine. Yes, I know, you'd lost your memory. Whatever. Let us agree that I will refrain from scolding you, while you will stop mentioning that stupid bed. Agreed?
Agreed.
Splendid. On to more pressing matters.
Actually, it's funny, Taito. You really want to discuss this? I think it was made of lead. Lead's not only a lot cheaper, but a lot heavier. I was trying to figure out why a sword would weigh so little. You know, relatively speaking, because 5 pounds is nothing. That's a joke. And then I started thinking about it, and I realized that what they probably did was they probably took a few old pipes, lead pipes, and just smelted those down into whatever they were making. I mean, it's metal, and it's cheap, to the point of free, actually, at that point. Like I said, I was actually looking into it, so I decided to look up how much 100 pounds of lead looks like visually looks like. It's hardly anything. It's like this. This is 100 pounds of lead. So, that's what I'm thinking happened. Oh, and obviously it wasn't just a joke for me. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wasn't even the target of the joke. I just happened to be there that day because I was working on a play. Like I said, you got me thinking about that. Because for the record, I wasn't lying. But obviously my memory isn't perfect, so I was like, okay, well, why the hell was it so heavy? Right? I mean, there's got to be a reason.
Fine. What do I do?
Firstly, help Eskel and Lambert. One was supposed to get me forktail spinal fluid. The other was to fortify the phylactery with elemental power. I've yet to see anything from either of them.
Taken care of.
Is that so? My, the initiative. That leaves one other trifle to resolve. As you saw, my megascope's acting up, in rather spectacular fashion. I'm certain there's an energy source nearby, generating disturbances, making the crystals malfunction. We must find it and neutralize it. Quickly, I must contact someone. It's urgent.
Who you plan to contact? Or is that a secret too?
No secret at all. Ida Emian. Remember her?
How could I forget? Member of the Lodge, Elven Sage.
Exactly, a sage. As the name suggests, she should know a great deal. I'd like to ask her for advice about Uma. Satisfied?
Your sorceress friends, the sage and not so sage, they've let me down before. But if we gotta, we gotta.
If only you'd been this cautious with all of them. But no matter. Thank you for your permission.
Oh yeah, we definitely have time to do the drunk scene. I'm hoping we'll get through... I think there's 2 major cutscenes coming up. Actually, that's not true. I'm not sure what's happening next, now that I think about it. Because, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna have the drunk scene before... I think it's before we cure the Elven Mage, right? God, this is why this isn't a lore run.
Alright. How do I find the source?
Use this Potesta Quisitor.
A what?
Potesta Quisitor? Sounds fancy. Complicated.
Yet it's ever so simple. Grasp it firmly, move it around, and the louder it squeals, the closer you are. Spare me your juvenile wit, please. Well, what are you waiting for?
Wow.
Ah, one more thing. Thank you, Geralt.
I mean, Geralt is technically a dirty old man, so...
Nothing here.
So yeah, those are the 2 scenes I'm hoping to get done before the end of the day. We got about an hour left. I hope that'll be enough to get both of those major scenes done. Because neither of them are short by memory. It's not like we're skipping anything here. I don't actually remember what happens after that. Like, I know at some point we end up going back to Skellige and then to the Isle of Mists. And then there's the best scene in the game. See you around, Gum Gum. Enjoy the soup.
Oh, got a signal. Signal's growing stronger.
I do remember making a Mass Effect 3 reference when it came to the conclusion at Kaer Morhen. So... Yes, I have Disco, unfortunately. In fact, I've had that more than once. Isn't the Allies step optional? I mean, we're doing it, obviously.
Ah, there you are. Disturbance is coming from there. What's in these crates?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert made them.
No wonder the megascope doesn't work. Alright, gotta get him out of here.
I can do that. Rather you not make a mess of my shelves. Just keep an eye on Uma.
Yes, Uncle Vesemir.
No, I did not, Corellis. So Dijkstra will not be helping us.
How goes it? Vesemir's not working you too hard, I hope. Thought so.
Yes, Colgrim.
All done. You can go. Now, let's check your conditioned reflexes.
God. He just keeps experimenting with poor Avalok. Oh, I guess I put that away. There we go. I would almost agree with that, Colgrim.
Thank you. Seems to be working now. What was it?
Dimeridium bombs. Lambert left them by the beds.
I suppose he had no idea they could interfere with my megascope?
You know, Lambert's not exactly an expert on megascopes, so...
Please. Lambert is mean, not stupid. Enough. Ready for this conversation?
Sure you want me here? Members of the Lodge don't let just anyone in on their secrets, or so I've heard.
Consider it a token of our trust. Now let's begin. And Geralt, behave, please.
Didn't you just say you trust me?
Stop twisting my words.
Kedmil Yennefer at Vengerberg. Gwynblade?
Kedmil and Severn.
Why have you summoned me?
We've come up against a curse. One we must lift. It was uttered in a dialect of Elder speech unfamiliar to me.
I see. The words of the curse?
Vafel Elaine, Kedmil Foli, Gledev Don Eptenid, Bondro Isne Iacus.
Recognize the dialect?
Lathan Undod.
Meaning?
The so-called One speech, a forgotten language dating from before the migration.
The migration?
Later, Geralt.
I mean, that makes sense given the source.
Take it you've heard the words before.
Yes, in legends. Of the kind that do not end happily.
Can you help us with the curse?
To a degree. Agnes de Glanville's incantation, combined with Elder's triangle, inverted, of course. They are your only possible recourse. But I cannot guarantee that even they will suffice.
Thank you, Severn. Vafel.
That does not conclude our conversation.
Oh, I let him live, Magister.
Let me guess. You want something in return.
If I may, Gwynblade, I'd like to request. Stop guessing. Just listen. The time of the white frost and white light is nigh.
And the world will perish amidst ice. I know Ithleen's prophecy.
I don't doubt you know it. But do you understand it? The Elder Blood can initiate the final age, the time of the end. Or stop it. Remember this, Gwynblade. For you will be the one to determine if the seed bursts into flames.
No pressure.
Any idea what she was talking about?
Ciri, of course.
Wish everyone would just leave her the hell alone.
Wouldn't count on it.
You know what's funny? If I can diverge for just a second before we continue. Have you guys ever heard me speechify about how much it would suck to have superpowers in real life? Because it would suck. Unless you have really, just extremely high tier powers, you are going to have to spend almost all of your life hiding them from everyone, or basically constantly be dodging a web of political alliances to keep other people away from you, right? In other words, it would suck. It just occurred to me, and you can go ahead and make fun of me for being slow here, that that's exactly what's going on with Ciri. She is tremendously powerful, although unskilled in her power. And basically everyone is constantly trying to come after her or use her or abuse her for the sake of said power. Now, it doesn't help that, she can more or less literally be tracked, thanks to the Wild Hunt. But it's basically just a fantasy version of the same thing that would happen in real life. I mean, that would suck. And as I've said before, Witcher 3 actually does a good job of actually portraying exactly how much it sucks for her, how much she's constantly on the run, how exhausted she is. I mean, for all her power, she still needs to eat and breathe and drink and sleep, right? In fact, one of the things I was thinking about is Ciri reminds me a little bit of Scarlet Witch over in the MCU. Very, very powerful, but ultimately a glass cannon. Like, she can take a hit or two, but she's not indestructible. One really nicely timed sniper shot, and that's the end of that, right?
What was that about? The migration?
Good gods. Did they teach you no history here?
No. Vesemir figured sword work could be more useful on the path. Gonna answer me?
Naturally. One's never too old to learn. The Ensei and the NN elves were once one folk, the En Undod. Then came a cataclysm. No one knows its nature. The En Undod were forced to leave their world. They split along the way.
So if Uma's curse was uttered in this Lathan Undod...
Then it's old. Very, very old.
And to be clear, that's the conjunction, right? The cataclysm.
All in all, interesting conversation. What now?
You can start by apologizing for acting like a boor, despite my asking you not to.
I'm sorry. It's just when Ida started in with that patronizing tone...
You decided to prove she was completely justified to adopt that attitude. Well done, Geralt. Bravo. Oh, enough. All is ready. We should gather the others and begin.
I mean, the White Frost is the galaxy-level threat we're facing here.
Listen, everyone. All is in place. We may begin. Lambert, prepare the apparatuses. Eskel, go.
Last I heard, my dear, I give the orders around here, not you.
I believe we made an agreement to seek to cure Uma my way.
I said we would help you, that's it. I don't know what you want to do with them, you haven't deigned to inform us, but it's not safe, is it? Just as I thought. Which is why I think we should first try another, less invasive method.
What's this method?
Derives from folk traditions. I've used it many times. In 1211, to lift the curse that held the Swan of Povis, for instance. I'll take Uma into the mountains.
What then? Will you howl at the moon together?
A bit of respect. You're not talking to Geralt.
No, we will not howl at the moon. I'll lay him down on a gravestone. Come midnight, I'll give him tea made of hemlock harvested from... But I don't see that I need to explain this to you.
In my opinion...
I know your opinion, but I'm not asking anyone's permission. I'm saying what will happen. I'll be back at dawn, with Uma, or whoever hides inside him.
Can I just say that I like that Vesemir is one of the only people who can actually manage to successfully talk down to Yennefer? Like, I mentioned that. It takes quite a bit of an old man to be able to talk down to the old woman, if you follow me. I also like how he did it. She immediately called into question his competency with her usual manner, and he immediately shot her down by showing his competency. In fact, it could be argued Vesemir might actually know more about a wider variety of things than she does. Oh, don't mistake me, she knows more about specific subjects, anything magic-related, for example, but come on. Now, I don't want to talk about the White Frost too much right now, but from what I understand, the White Frost was supposed to be just global warming, right? Like, that was something that was in the books. That was something that was at the intent of the original design. And then the game took it and ran in a completely different direction with it.
Vesemir's gotten a bit grumpy in his old age.
That was nothing. Should have been here last winter when Lambert tried to convince him we ought to abandon Kaer Morhen for good.
What good's this old ruin anyway? Moldy walls, leaky roof, and it's one big fucking ice cube in the winter.
Vesemir didn't say a word. Stood, grabbed his sword, and slammed the door on his way out. Didn't come back for a month.
Sorry, yeah, global cooling. I apologize. That's a stupid statement. Yeah, Ice Age is what I was trying to say. Ice Age. They even mentioned that in Witcher 1 briefly. Which brings me to an interesting question. Which do you prefer? That it's an Ice Age, or that it's an eldritch, abomination, death, doom, focus, whatever the hell it is in the game. That, you know, a thing that can actually be stopped, in other words.
So, got the evening off. What do we do with it?
Vesemir mentioned some roof beams in the tower need replacing. Maybe we could see to that. Or we could have a drink.
Sounds a lot better than the beams.
Wouldn't mind a shot myself. Or two.
Nothing I can do. Been outvoted. Let's go.
I like Eskel.
Do as you will. But in a moment, Geralt and I must talk.
Ooh, sounds serious. Come on, Lambert. See you in a bit, Geralt.
It's an interesting perspective, Huthor. And yeah, I think that's what was being referenced to. Several people in the comments from my Witcher 3 rumination mentioned the idea of the Ice Age thing. Because in that very rumination, I mentioned my theories about exactly what the White Frost was. And a lot of people told me, you're an idiot, Lore, it's just an Ice Age. I'd say the White Frost is probably one of the biggest variances between the books and the game, in my opinion. At least it's the most wide-scale scope thing. It reminds me of... God, I don't actually know what it reminds me of. Like, the Borg is actually my first thought, but obviously that's not quite right. The idea of something that is so unrelenting, basically. Just this continuous spray of cold and ice that just keeps coming out endlessly over and over and over until eventually it just consumes a world and then spreads and then spreads and then spreads. Like this unyielding wall of doom. Something about that is just really appealing in its own way. As long as we can do something about it, of course, which, hey, we can in this game.
All right, what did I do this time?
No, nothing. I just wanted to take you aside, without cluing the others into what we're up to.
Mm-hmm. And what are we up to?
Sneaking upstairs to make love.
Wow, you don't exactly mince words.
I'm too old to play the blushing bride. Unless you ask nicely. Shall we go? You can rejoin them afterwards, in an hour. Or two.
Only 2 hours? Jeez. And yeah, actually, the crystalline entity is a great example of what I'm talking about. Something just unyielding and massively destructive. Although the White Frost, as presented, is actually a lot slower than the entity, which almost makes it more horrible. So we'll go ahead and make love with her.
I'll hold you to that.
We are, however, going to skip the scene. Sorry, guys.
Well, well. Lovebirds decided to join us. Enjoy yourselves?
You heard the answer to that question, Lambert. Besides, not our business. Yen, we don't have glasses. You alright drinking from a mug?
I'd drink from an old boot tonight.
Oh yeah, given what...
Perhaps instead of getting crocked in deep glum, we could do some catching up.
It actually does make perfect sense to me that she would want to do that, whether she is with Geralt or not, actually. If she is not with Geralt, you know, if there is no true love or whatever, she wants to have one night or day or whatever the hell you want to call this of enjoyment before everything that she's about to do. And of course, as I've pointed out, both she and Geralt are really pissed off and have been for a while. There's no nice way to say this, but sex is a great way to vent, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Second, if they actually are in love, you know, the path we ended up taking, it actually makes even more sense, because at that point, it's everything I just said, plus the emotional connection tacked on top of that. So yeah, that makes perfect sense, and that is a nicely done scene. I just didn't want to see it.
What have you been up to, Lambert? Any interesting contracts before you set off in search of Caradon?
Yeah. Contract in Lan Exeter. Not to boast, but a pretty lucrative one.
Yeah. Kavir's where the gold's to be made. Know how much they pay there for a drowner?
Shush, I'm talking now. So this giant was giving him trouble. Attacking convoys, dragging folk off into the swamps.
And relieving himself on the highway, rendering it dreadfully slippery. You've built enough suspense. Get to the point.
Fine. Turned out, it wasn't a giant. Just a fat forest troll, and a group of bandits were ambushing the convoys.
What did you do?
Killed the bandits to keep the road safe. Then I killed the troll. Needed its head to collect the bounty.
I'm sorry, that's actually kind of funny. I dealt with the real threat, which was the bandits. But then I needed to take in the... I mean, that is actually a fairly pragmatic choice.
Pragmatic as ever.
You could stand to show some of Lambert's expediency. Set ideals like justice for trolls aside, keep yourself out of poverty instead.
Knew the sorceress would see it my way.
Eskel, that catacan we cut up together. Tell us how you nabbed him.
A catacan? Oh ho ho. Dangerous horse sons, those.
Finicky, too. Specimen in question only went for young women from the upper classes.
That's like me.
We've no interest in your fantasies, Lambert. Whereas the vampire, even I'm curious to know how you managed.
My client threw a masquerade ball for the city's notables, to lure the vampire out of hiding. I was there too, disguised. Let me tell you, never had so much success with the ladies as I did that night.
You know, I just realized something that actually makes this scene work even better. I don't know if this is true if you decide not to sleep with her, but you'll notice she is in a noticeably better mood. And she's actually trying to actively bond with the guys rather than ordering them around. Just felt like pointing that out.
What about the vampire?
I'd made a deal with this young alchemist. She really loaded up. Fish tech, vodka, magic mushrooms. Went out into the garden. Vampire found her and drank his fill. Fight was an afterthought.
A fairy tale on gluttony for modern times.
Alchemist come out of it all right?
Fine. Lost a bit of blood, I suppose. Hangover was the worst part. She drank nothing but pickle juice for the next month.
Eventful times for me recently. Kings, dragons, conspiracies. And then, I found Yen.
Yeah, we're thrilled for you. But why don't you tell us about Uma instead?
Long story. I was on Ciri's trail. Went to Velen, Skellige, Novigrad, where Dandelion needed saving again.
He get caught plowing somebody he shouldn't have been?
Right. Speaking of old friends Novigrad and plowing, how's Triss?
I like how she turns like, what are you going to say about that one, Geralt?
Triss is managing all right.
How are those scars she got at Sodden? Still there?
Lambert, not funny.
Fine. Conversation turned serious? Let's talk. Yen, what do you plan to do with Uma?
I said I'd tell you tomorrow.
So tell us now. It's after midnight.
I'll subject him to the trial of grasses, but only...
You'll fucking what?
Mind your manners, Lambert.
Did you hear what?
Not gonna ask you again.
Sorry. Looking to turn him into a witcher?
Of course not. As I was about to say, I'll only apply the first half of the trial, because...
Because you want to watch him suffer?
Stop interrupting, or I will watch you suffer. To restore Uma's former appearance, we must first... How do I explain it? Imagine a lump of clay. In order to shape it, you must first moisten it, or it will crumble. The trial's initial part does just that. It opens the body to change, so to speak. Only then can the mutagens produce a witcher.
Her logic is pretty sound. As an aside, I like how Lambert reacts to that. Not that I like him as a character. No, he's a horrible person. He should die horribly. But, I'm kidding. But I do think it makes sense that his one sensitive point, his one weak point, is the thing that makes him go, what? Hey, Petey Bar, and welcome back, Bragwin.
What are the chances Uma will survive?
Not great, but we've no choice.
Unless Vesemir can do the trick with his hemlock.
Might be surprised. Old man knows his stuff.
And of course, this goes back to what Huthor was just talking about. She's known she was going to do this for a while now. So it makes perfect sense that she is very wound up because she thinks she might be killing Ciri. And here's the best part. Even if she's not killing Ciri, she is definitely killing something that is their only lead at the moment. So, bad or bad? Unless it works, of course.
It'll be the first trial in years, decades.
I knew you'd be wary.
Wary? That's not the problem. Those secrets have been forgotten, and that's how they should stay.
I'd be the last to suggest you start producing hordes of witches.
You hardly need to. See, till now we had a great excuse not to take in apprentices. Seems we'll need to talk it over.
Maybe later. Who's up for another round?
Oh, I am. But we're all out of stuff to chew on. Geralt, mind raiding the kitchen?
Not at all.
Gentlemen, pleasure drinking with you. Lambert especially. But the hour is late.
And she's probably exhausted. I mean, 3 hours?
Don't stay up long. Tomorrow's an important day.
Didn't listen, did he?
They never do.
What are you talking about?
Samavilla contract Eskel got a while back. Good story.
Finish it in a minute. First, some more fuel.
Ooh, now that's a kick in the liver. What is it?
The Gauntlet. Equal parts spirit and white gull. What's that look about? Yen's gone to bed. Time for some serious drinking.
Damn straight. Pour us another. Bottoms up.
And of course this song plays. And you're right, Taito. I didn't even think about that one. They had, like, the nameless guy, right? Who died at the intro, if I'm remembering correctly. I mean, nameless. His name was Leo, you say. You know, red shirt guy, basically.
So, what's this about a Samavilla?
Snared this peasant in her dance. Instead of being happy, he escaped with his life. Yoko fell head over heels in love. Wanted me to trap her. Turned him down. So he tried it on his own with a fishing net. Bet you they're still dancing a mazurka in some fallow field.
Great story. With a moral, too.
Really? What's that?
Stay away from dangerous women.
As an aside, I once again want to praise the camera work. You'll notice the camera itself is swaying to get across the idea of how much they're drunk. It's just a very quick visual shorthand I like.
Will you ever lay off, Yen?
Yeah, soon as I trust her.
You brave a fire for her. Whereas she plays you like a cheap fiddle. Way it's always been.
Listen to you two goddamn relationship experts. Neither of you's been with a sorceress.
For good reason.
Fine. Leave pretty boy alone before he gets grumpy. Already has that pouty look on his face. I can't stand it. Drink up, girl. To you and Yen. Happily ever after. Colder than up an ice giant's ass in here. Gentlemen, I shall return. Gotta go drain the dragon.
You and Lambert get along?
In a way. I've learned not to talk to him about certain things.
Guessing that's quite a list.
It is.
Hello, young'uns. Got your own little carnival going, eh? Alcohol, my good men, is a witcher's worst enemy.
Where did you dig up that bonnet?
Vesemir's trunk. The height of fashion in 1112. Old man probably put it on when he went courting. Or in the jargon of the time, wooing the damsels.
Men, a witcher's life is not all cards and liquor. It is toil. It is labor. No gurgling babes to wean for us. Nay, not for us.
All right. One Vesemir's enough. Take that off before you get it dirty. And pour.
Oh, I'll pour, Eskel. I'll pour. To the brim. 'Cause without vodka, you're as stiff as a bookkeeper in a body cast.
Come on. Let's have some fun.
Are we boring you?
No, it's just kinda...
Slow. Pretty boy's right. Listen, there's this game student from Oxenford taught me. Someone starts by saying, I've never, and finishing the sentence however they want. Who's ever done that thing downs a shot. Then it's the next guy's turn.
Sounds great. You start.
I've never slept with a succubus.
So hang on. You drink if you've done it, right? So I can't drink to that one.
How about that? Expected Geralt might have, but you? Eskel. Still waters run deep.
I'm a sucker for women with horns. Right, my turn. I've never, after a bender, woken up wearing nothing but my knickers. Geralt? Lambert's a lost cause, but you? What would Papa Vesemir say?
Think Papa Vesemir would have drank that round too.
All right, Geralt, your turn. I've never...
So let's see. Jumped out a lover's window? Nah, let's do Fistic.
Taking Fistic.
Really? Once, with that succubus.
Deskel, man.
Right. Man, let's end on that. Or else I'll never be able to look you in the eyes again.
Vodka. Vodka's gone. Who's gonna go get some more?
Already went to get food.
All right, I'll do it. Kitchen. It's that way, right?
Really, Taitu? I never actually slept with Shawnee, so that's hysterical.
Lambert, bud, gotta tell you something.
Yeah?
Sometimes you're a real jackass, but I love you, brother.
And sometimes you're a real blowhard. But damn it, I'd go to hell and back for you. Come here, you oaf. Damn. Broke.
Good thing it was empty. Huh? Where's Eskel? Should have been back by now. We ought to look around.
This is a job for Vesemir.
Where's that whippersnapper wandered off to? He could be beleaguered, I wager. Come, men, to the rescue.
Okay. We just have to... Oh, God. My eyes don't like that.
Let's go. Chop, chop.
Yep. Okay, let's use our Witcher senses.
Spilled some wine and crawled through it.
Had to kneel down to see that.
If I'd have bent over, I'd have puked.
It's very logical. Very logical.
Eskel, chop, chop.
What do we got here? Oh, there's stuff everywhere. Oh, God.
Eskel, you drunk! Get out here!
Eskel, chop, chop.
Clearly he's this way. This is the perfect time to talk about index funds. What do you guys think?
Eskel, you drunk! Get out here! Hey, hear that?
Sounded like panting of a wounded wyvern.
Damn it. We missed a fight.
Alright, let's see if we can find Whoop, there we go. Wow, I cannot sprint. I can't move faster at all right now.
Eskel, chomp, chomp. Eskel's close.
Hang in there, brother. We're coming.
We got you, buddy.
Hey.
We got you, Eskel.
There he is.
With his ever faithful little bleeder. Hello, Eskel. Wake up.
What? What happened?
Got sloshed, stewed, and 57 other varieties of drunk. That's what happened. Get up. Time to have a drink.
Let me alone. I'm gonna puke. Three of us get together, always ends like this.
Let's find a fourth. Better. A woman.
Nothing here but Yen. Oh, we don't want to wake her up, believe me.
What about that sorceress you talked to? Think about it. We turn on the megascope, cordially invite her, she teleports here. Maybe bring some friends. How's that sound?
That is the worst idea in a large history of worst ideas I've ever had. You're a genius.
Lambert, you're a genius.
Of course I am. So, we inviting the lodge to our bash?
Fuck yeah! Summon the bitches!
This is such an insanely dumb idea.
Well, twist here, turn there, and you gotta say something in Elvish.
Easy peasy, let's do it.
God, they have got to be insanely drunk.
When this Ida sees us, we'll scare her off. I mean, we don't look anything like sorceresses.
Oh my god.
I know. Yennefer's clothes. Let's dress up. Bags are over there.
What's this thing you got for dressing up?
Shut it, wise ass, or I'll lace your corset up so tight you'll shit in your bloomers.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Stop whining, Eskel. Times you gotta squeeze into some
frippery.
We don't tell a soul, understand? This stays here.
Doodly doodly doodly. Okay, we got a. Oh, hey, I can move normally now.
You'd think she was moving in.
Shh. You'll scare Geralt.
Alright, we just have to go and find Yennefer's dress. And then I just have to put on Yennefer's clothes. This will take me a minute. There it is. There we go. There we go.
Yes, perfect. Like it was made for you.
Sure. Soon as I let it out a bit in the waist.
Don't.
Stop talking. Get dressed. Not that one. Won't compliment your complexion. Damn, Eskel. You got an hourglass figure.
And you're an ass. Come on, go. Thing's tight as hell. Now, I'll do the talking. You two fiddle with the crystals.
You ever heard of drunk logic? Drunk logic is when you're really drunk and you say something that just makes absolutely perfect sense. And it's one of the worst things you can do in the moment. This just has drunk logic written all over it here.
Blood et one. Hocus pocus abracadabra splather.
What is this? Who's that?
So sorry. We were never here.
Guards! More paper, Excellency! No, you oaf. The lodge has come for me.
I trust you have an explanation for this. A very good one. Go to bed. Now.
Yeah, there's your explanation. He almost made it.
Damn. What a dream.
Well, I would, Huthor, if it would let me. Oh, there we go.
See, everyone's up and at him.
And reeking of booze. That hat was a memento, Lambert.
Relax, old man. It'll come out in the wash.
You can give the boys a rap on the knuckles later. Let's get to work.
Hold up, hold up. I've given pluses for less interesting scenes in games before. And that not only was a good scene, but it made me laugh quite a bit. Yeah, that was good stuff. I doubt anyone's going to disagree with me on that part. I mean, you can still stab me if you want. Just make sure I die from it. That's all I ask.
Vesemir, learn anything?
While you were out hunting forktails and playing with the megascope, I examined Uma. Notice one thing. At moments of, what's the term, relaxed consciousness, he behaves differently. While falling asleep, he'd pause awake for an instant. Something different about his movements, his gaze then, but only for a moment. So I induced a trance, hypnotized him essentially. No effect at first, but as he dropped into deep lethargy, I heard something. A sigh or a moan. And it wasn't Uma's voice.
All right. I just don't get how that helps us.
Then keep silent. Thank you, Vesemir. And I apologize for what I said earlier. Have the boys told you what we plan to do?
Yes, don't like it one bit. But I suppose I have to trust you.
As a quick aside, I once again love Vesemir's analytical mind there. No one else has really taken to studying Uma. Vesemir looks at him and is immediately trying to diagnose him, and he is sufficiently Garibaldi, I don't know what else to call that he was able to actually find legitimate information on him. It didn't really help, but that's still impressive. At least I think it is.
Thought we got rid of that table ages ago.
Must be 50 years since I last saw sad Albert.
Couldn't bear to part with it. Thought we might find a use for it one day. You know how old people are.
Sure. Every grandpa out there's got an attic full of torture devices.
I mean... I don't have anything. What are you talking about?
Right. So what now?
We can begin. We need only brew the potions.
Wait. Why couldn't we...
Do it earlier? Because the preparatory potions for the trial are strongly reactive. They must be administered immediately after they're brewed. Satisfied? Geralt, make the potions. Here are the formulae. Eskel, take a bottle of spirit.
No. After last night,
And disinfect the tools. Well, chop chop.
I'm gonna put on some pants, if that's okay with everybody. Ursine... Guardian, that's not them, that's not them. No, I'm wearing pants in real life. There we go. I always wear pants on stream, unless it's really hot.
Strapped in Uma's body. How did you figure the proportions?
Performed a series of complex calculations, extrapolated some data, ran simulations.
Meaning you guessed.
No, Colgrim. There's no such thing. Sorry, Shani Toki. From my understanding, which is admittedly an amateur's understanding, the Lodge of Sorceresses is so because it's a political identity. But a guy can become a mage. We've actually just saw a male mage. There are other male mages we'll interact with. We're about to try and save a male mage. There's plenty of them.
Potions ready. Tools, too.
Good. Vesemir?
Hookweed extract to deaden the pain. I know. Done this before.
Eskel. Make the incisions in his veins. Insert the tubes. Geralt, place the potion vials in the feeders.
Ready.
Open the valves. It doesn't matter in which order.
The hookweed work?
If it hadn't, the pain would have sent him into shock, killed him.
So, everything's going smoothly?
No, but it's within known norms.
Administer the next potion.
I'd hoped I would never have to watch this again.
Why'd you keep the table then?
Geralt, next potion. O-E-C-K Finn.
What now?
Now we wait for the potions to do their work. Might take a day, might take more.
You need only wait. True. But I must maintain the stabilizing spell. Uma's body is not nearly as resilient as a young candidate witch's. Without this, he'd... Eskel, I'm sorry. Would you mind?
Getting some rags? On it. I can't believe we're doing this.
Wiping vomit off the floor?
No. The trial. If that's Ciri in there, she could come out of this crippled. Wrong in the head. Just emotionless. Thought about that?
I trust Yen. She knows what she's doing.
Don't doubt that. But do we know what she's doing? She tell you how likely this is to work?
Gentlemen, the floor's as clean as it'll ever be. And I need to be wiped down as well. No offense, but I'd rather Geralt did it.
Understood. I'd prefer that too.
Interesting, Taito. Wonder how much mana this costs her every minute of maintaining. Or is it like some games where you have a mana regen and the mana regen is reduced by maintaining an effect?
That normal?
Yes. Uma's body is disintegrating from the inside. Once that's complete, we'll need to reform it, or he'll die. You witches were given mutagens. We will use spells.
Hey, Yen, you're dozing off.
No, I'm just resting my eyes.
Yeah, it's called sleeping.
Then do something to keep me awake.
Pinching's apparently effective.
Later, perhaps. For now, talk to me. Tell me a story.
Heard about the time Ciri and I went ice skating?
No, not that I recall.
The winter she trained here. A couple months in, she started complaining I was too harsh a teacher. Brushed it off at first. Then she asked me to go skating with her. Didn't really want to. I'd never been before. But she insisted. As soon as we hit the ice, she started skating circles around me, hollering, "No, not like that. Footwork. One, then the other. Crossover. No, wrong. Break with the heel of your skate, not the toes." Needless to say, from then on...
He's awake. It's time. Time to lift the curse. Prepare the phylactery. Never severe. Caniatad. Nevid. Severe. Coal. Arriva. Endir. No. No, I won't let you. Geralt, yellow flask, in my satchel.
Quiet. Listen.
Coal. Coal. Caniatad.
Nevid severe. Coal, Caniatad. Nevid. Arriva. Endir. Geralt, the phylactery, open it! Caniatad, Taran Anade, Dis!
Sorry, right. Dun dun dun!
You know him?
Yes. An elf. An elf. A sage.
Where is Ciri?
The Isle of Mists. But it's not... She's not safe. The hunt.
The hunt. What's it want from Ciri?
Her blood. Elder blood. To open the gate. We cannot allow this.
Isle of Mists. Where is it?
Everywhere. And nowhere.
Listen, Sage. We didn't lift that curse to play riddles with you.
Yvain. Arwen. Siran. In Skellige. Follow it into the mists. Hurry. Hurry. I tried to protect her. But the curse... The hunt... has not found the Isle as yet. 'Tis a matter of time. They will detect her at once.
Enough, Geralt. He's not yet free of death's grip.
Is he gonna make it?
I can't... No. You saw. Not all went as planned. I lifted the curse, but...
The trial has wrought havoc in his body. Violently twitching fingers, pupils that don't react to the light. Seen it many times before, too many.
Toxins have permanently damaged his nervous system. Even if he does pull through... Do you understand?
I'm going to get Ciri.
Hold up. Don't you think you owe us some answers? How do you know this Avallac'h? What's Ciri been doing with him?
Yennefer can tell you. Just keep an eye on him. He's not a friend.
Perhaps not, but Ciri apparently trusted him. we should at least take his words seriously. You heard what he said. Take Ciri from that Isle of Mists, and the hunt will pick up her trail immediately. What then?
We'll be waiting for them, swords in hand.
Yes. Time we, the hunted, became the hunters. Geralt will find Ciri and bring her here, and the hunt will follow. They'll expect to catch us by surprise, and they'll be sorely disappointed.
We plan to fight them. We five? In a crumbling castle?
Do we have a choice? Besides delaying the inevitable?
Pretty Boy could try to round up a few others who know how to swing a sword.
Or wield magic.
Fine. I'll get Ciri and recruit some allies. Bring everyone here. Got a few favors I can call in.
Any good-looking women in that batch?
Mm-hmm. Exclusively. And you? What do you plan to do?
I've Avalok to care for. He's certain to die without gentle, gradual magic treatment. There's hope if I help him. Not much, but better than naught.
The boys and I'll consider how we should greet our uninvited guests.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Good luck, Wolf. And give Cirilla our love.
Come back quickly, Geralt.
So yeah, that's where we're cutting off for today. That is a perfect cutoff point.